Good morning, ladies and gentlemen, or good afternoon if you're from Europe. This is Low Wink August edition. I'm Superfur, and I'm joined here by my new colleague, Mr.
Tyrant, what's up?
How are you doing, Tyrant?
I'm doing pretty good, and I'm quite excited to see these two teams go at it, So yeah, it's really exciting. It's actually my first low income commentating too, so I'm very excited to deliver some deliver and commentate on this high flying action we're about to see here.
Indeed, Clan Blitz. I completely agree. Clan Blitz on the Rift is a great start for this tournament, and also I would like to give a shout out for one of the team's players. Happy birthday, the captain for Broken Controller. Is that right, Tyrant?
Yes, the captain of Broken Controller Gaming, my good friend Vapor. It's his birthday today, and I'm very excited to see how this goes down. So, yeah. Yeah.
Now, Tyrant, can you tell me a little bit? What do you think? You actually, I think, watch more Low Wink than you watch more Low Wink than I did. So, do you know any of these teams?
Well, I for sure know Broken Controller Gaming and all that stuff. Obviously, but Inkvaders, from what I've seen, is also a pretty good team, honestly. And like Broken Controller Gaming is generally like a pretty good beta bracket team. What's the word? Including winning Gamma bracket one time, and even and like I wouldn't be surprised if they made Alpha this tournament. I'm excited to see. I would be excited to see them make that. Inkvaders are no slouch though, so it's gonna be a real, I guess, battle for either team to win here. Especially because I know some of the players on Broken Controller Gaming, Watsum, otherwise known as Naruto, and
do they do the Naruto run?
Well, yeah, Naruto plays Try, and Vapor usually plays like Sloshers and Explosher and Ballpoint. And they're both really good players, so I'm excited to see how this turns out.
Yo, you got myself hype as well. Ballpoint, Explo, not something that I'm used to see in general on other tournaments, and I honestly like mostly of the idea of people playing different comps over always playing the same comp and just winning. I like the how can I say, the variety of a tournament, not the team itself, because I like seeing how people come up with different strategies to win a tournament, and I think that's the best art of Splatoon itself. It's just like how can you give variety to the game.
That's true. Anyways, we're going to be getting into this pretty soon, I think. But either way, let's see what these comps entail. I'm very excited to see what they pull out.
Explosive for the Expo. That's all I want to see now.
we just may. Oh man, there's a Slosher. They're going with a no backline comp, it seems. And it looks like they're going to be trying to push into mid. Some teams going right, left. Two going towards bridge right now. So, first blood taken already. Some high-flying action so far, Fern.
Yeah, already I see blue team take control of the bridge was their priority, but they didn't take into consideration the heavy. Not saying that a backliner's comp cannot work, but I would say they were taking a little bit. They were not very cautious to the pushing of the team, and with the 52 gal using the walls very well in order to get some defense points was also pretty nice.
What a sneak up by Electric there, just taking out their opponent with grace and power, and they're gonna have 9 clams, so push may be inbound here. Putting Inkvaders on the defensive, and that's the ball. That's going in. Oh boy! It looks like they're going to be following that up with even more clams.
Electric very well sneaky throw of the power clam. JD following up with just a little bit more. It's just the NZAP and the 96. They should now focus more on not getting splattered by the enemy team, while the heavy is trying to defend the best. And they could try to go for the sneaky. Gets the heavy.
Dang! It looks like Broken Controller Gaming right now just in full control of the enemy's space, essentially. Which is quite crazy to think about, considering both teams are so formidable. But they got those picks, they got the ability to just sneak up and whittle down their opponents, allowing them to push in. But as I say that, Commentators Curse may be coming in as they're taking bridge, Inkvaders.
Inkvaders trying to defend themselves from the amount of Booyah bombs and special. Trying to get the sneaky on the 52 very well, pushing Electric away from the bridge, jumping out to safety without shredding their clams. That was a very well timed jump.
Truly. And it looks like one of Broken Controller Gaming has gone down to, I believe, to that heavy there. Bubble's gonna be coming out. This could be a monster push here. Oh, they're gonna have 2 powers, it seems, almost. Oh, but Bubble go down! Wait, no, what's alive? What's alive? Oh, but they go down, unfortunately. And it looks like Broken Controller Gaming is coming back with 2 power clams to put in another monster push.
Broken Controllers indeed seems to be not only more control off the map, but being patient enough to when to push in, when to engage the enemy, and when to actually just score. You can see Jaden here was buying time in order to get the gal's attention away from the basket when one of their teammates could just finish it off with the last small clam and give the first game to Broken Controllers. Congratulations for first game on Low-Wing August edition.
Oh yeah, no, definitely. It's quite insane. It's quite crazy. So yeah, just a great game all in all. But we could see that Broken Controller Gaming was definitely in control of that game, even though they had kind of a rough start with them falling to the heavy at the beginning. So I'm excited to see what else these teams have for us, Fern, you know?
Absolutely, I can't wait for another absolute amazing match for this amazing tournament that is Low-Wing. And now that we're going for the second match, I would say that either 2 things are going to happen. Either Broken Controllers is going to keep their calm, because zones on Inkblot also can benefit a lot from buckets. So you can keep the buckets, you can keep the heavy. Nothing off their calm is a bad weapon for this map. But do you think that anyone should change a weapon, or do you think they should keep a weapon? What do you expect from the zone match?
Well, personally, I kind of feel like we're gonna be seeing an Explo here, considering it's zones and all that stuff. So excited to see what comes out of this game. And it looks like we're very close to the game starting. So we just gotta wait for a few more people to check in. But aside from that, Inkbot Art Academy on zones. I know we were talking about that earlier, but that Inkbot has just like a huge just a huge zone, especially considering it's sort of divided, considering there's that one tower in the beginning. But it looks like we are going to be going into this match. Are you excited for him? I sure am.
Excited. I drank 2 cups of coffee, ate 2 donuts, and one of them was called Homer Simpson, which was pretty well spot on marketing campaign over there. You did say it right. We do see the Expo coming in, and now the E-Leader is also coming in instead of the Heavy.
The E-Leader might have been a good option here, considering they outranged the Expo, but the Expo is going to have insane coverage over that zone, pressuring that E-Leader away from zone. Just the Expo is dominated, has dominance over that zone now. Now it's going to be very hard for Inkvaders to come back in and potentially take out these opponents. That's a nice Splashdown cancel, though.
$5 in my pocket. Splashdown cards already out of my bingo card.
Yeah, definitely. So, Vern, like, what do you think so far? They've been successfully able to push them out, but do you think they'll last?
Let's see. Right now, there's two people. The Splashdown doesn't get casted this time. The E-leader has control of Trout. It's a matter of who is gonna be able to break into that. Yeah, that's the point. Jaden got the exact pick that would enable the push back from spawn. Not necessarily you need to go for the backliner, but just getting one specific pick can make a whole difference. And Jaden was very smart on identifying who was the weakest. From not saying weakest as in the weakest player, I'm saying the one that if fall, it would make the whole team have to reorganize in order to stop the push. But that didn't last long because IV broke got the zone quite back quite fast, and Jaden will try again, most likely the same thing, but I don't think he's gonna succeed.
But does getting that kill on the E-leader, and it looks like they're going to just taking the zone is back in their favor, just as I predicted. And it looks like they're going to be trying to take this lead back. The Expo's on top, gonna continue dominance, assisting their teammate in just absolutely demolishing this one. On their flat!
DC, the junior DC.
If you don't mind, what are the DC rules? Is it past 30 or past 50?
I think it might have been past 50. I'm gonna read the rules. Popkin can also say the rules in chat because I know he is watching this.
Taking the drip pick.
If the game is under 2 minutes left or one team is 30 units or closer to a KO, the game will be given to the team that was not hosting. Yeah, so it's the 30 units, not 15 units.
Okay. So that means that it is a replay then. Which could be quite scary since Broken Controller Game. It was a pretty back and forth game. Broken Controller Gaming were quite poised to take the win there. I think so. Like, it could be very scary because it could just easily flip in the other direction, or who knows? We could just see another lockout like at the end there, and Broken Controller Gaming could just win. Take this game. Who knows? It's all in the hands of fate right now.
But now, because I have a little bit bias with Chargers, I will ask the Sheds with the E-leader. You already paid attention that the guy went for you twice, one of them being Splashdown. Are you gonna be prepared to counter that strategy if it happens again on the replay? That's the mostly advice I can give to Shaz. And Jaden, are you gonna try the same thing again? Because fool me once, shame on you. Fool me twice, shame on me. Fool me 3 times, you owe me a soda. It's gonna be a little bit complicated now because both players are now actual smart regarding what they're gonna do on approaching.
Yo, first blood taken by Broken Controller Gaming on Inkvaders here. They're just desperately trying to push back in here, but Broken Controller Gaming, if Inkvaders doesn't get a pick here, Broken Controller Gaming could potentially lock them out. They're everywhere. But that Booyah is going to be coming out, and maybe I spoke too soon. But it looks like they're going to stay in control even through all of this, even though both Turo down! Burton, this is some crazy. That was crazy. What?
It's RNG. Have you ever played Pokemon? Pokemon has the same RNG too. That's a 52 gal for you. It is a good weapon. Not gonna say if it's busted or broken, just say it's good. Good weapon.
Yes.
But yeah, the RNG was in their favor and took down 2 people, which is amazing.
Yeah, like in Pokemon as well. Like you have to one particular matchup, but 2, the game could be swung completely into the other direction if you get that RNG. The RNG was in Inkvaders' favor there, as the missiles completely blocked that gal's path, just slaughtering them.
Indeed, Schnoofing, trying to avoid the shots from the explode. Here the NZAP, not the NZAP, sorry, but K-Shot trying to get the picks, shocking underneath. They break the penalty, they are now going for the full points. Trying their best, 96, use the splashdown, aim for the E-leader, but unfortunately in a 2v1 situation and the help with the explode, they will not be able to get the zone for much, but they do take the lead for just 1 point.
As a good friend of mine said, your lead is never safe. And it looks like that lead is just ticking down farther and farther. And Pro Controller Gaming just swings it back once more and continues to put pressure on, bringing this count even further down. It looks like that is going to be a cap in their favor. Maybe not. Oh, yep, there it is.
A little tip for Shallow here when fighting an Explode. Explode is a slow weapon. You don't need to fall back from the Explode. The Explode is scared of being approached. So that might help a little bit for Pikachu playing the Pikachu. You have the advantage if you approach people, and specifically because the RNG will most likely hit the person. Just one tip I want to do on the engagement that we just saw with the Booyah Bomb.
True, but can we just talk about how they just absolutely just took the zone back from literally there being all in the other enemy team's favor? That was, with the enemy team still in, mind you, that was actually kind of insane. Kind of nutty, if you will. But, anyways, the Pro Controller Gaming right now just striving to keep this zone as it falls to the enemy team. But if they take this back, it's going to be a huge penalty on the, or a pretty sizable penalty on the enemy team.
And Inkvaders is just, get a suction bombs, sneaky splatter over there on the right side. And now they also got the lead, by 1 point again, deja vu. Inkvaders got the lead again, now trying to retake control. Expo is away from the high ground. Expo using the wall from the 96, that was very well played from the Expo. But unfortunately the 96 had a better engine with the 52. And the snipe from the leader will give more control of the match for Inkvaders. But, almost got splattered. That's a very nice save from the leader right there. Indeed, this is very, very back and forth.
Incredibly back and forth. I don't know who, if Pro Controller Gaming takes the zone here, this could be game. But no, the Big Invaders takes the zone, and it looks like there's not going to be enough time. This is gonna have to go to overtime, honestly, if Pro Controller Gaming wants to come back. But it looks like they're getting locked out right now. They're gonna have to push in, like, right now, if they even want to have a chance. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, and that's gonna be game.
Inkvaders taking the second game. Is this a best of 3 or playoffs 3? Playing out 3 every day is indeed gonna be very exhausting, but Inkvaders just got the advantage, and we are taking this a third game in terms of, like, it's better for them to win more games, obviously, but, like, yeah, they still can take the set. Don't go home just yet. We are having loads and loads of fun with already the first round of the tournament.
You love to see the game 3s, even if it is a guaranteed game 3. This is still gonna be incredibly tense for both teams, considering if either team loses, this could be the determiner whether they get into alpha bracket or not.
Can you you understand more low ink than I do. Can you explain the format of low ink while we are while the teams are setting up? I think we have like 70 seconds or something.
If I remember correctly, teams are seeded into groups, and then it's basically Swiss format where you fight teams, and I believe the top 4 I believe it's 2 groups, and the top 4 teams of each group go into alpha bracket. The teams seeds like 8 through 4 of each group go into get a beta, I think, and then seeds 12 through 8 in each one go to gamma, I believe. So it's 8 teams in each bracket that you get for day 2.
So you play every day up to day. So it is a very exhausting tournament.
You play all three for I believe I saw like I could check right now, but I think it's either 6 or 7 rounds.
Ooh,
I think
that's
it's
a lot.
give me a second. It's 6 rounds, 6 rounds. So yeah, it's 6 rounds. That's 18 games you have to play. And that's kind of exhausting. That could take anywhere from 2 to 3 hours, depending on how tense the games are. But we are going to be going into this game right now. So let's see how this shakes up. Will Broken Controller Gaming or Inkvaders take it?
Oh, we're seeing even more competent K-Pros popping up with the full MPU on both sides. Shad's popping up the Stingray with a main of MPU. That's gonna break a lot of Booyah Bombs for sure. I am expecting Booyah Bombs being broken here from Shad's. Don't disappoint me, my mates. And unfortunately, the auto shot jumps into a 3v1 and is a not good situation. The broken controllers will take the first points of the tower.
Yeah. It looks like things are going to be shaking up quite well here, where Inkvaders are just completely in mid, trying to keep Broken Controller Gaming from just even pushing in. Could this be a pick here? Could this be a pick? Who knows? But either way, that Booyah Bomb is going to be coming out, pressuring them even further. Broken Controller Gaming taking the lead, but will they be able to take this first checkpoint? Who knows? And let's see. What do you think, Fern?
Ed right here is paying attention to two things. Who is stepping on tower and who is stepping on the right side. You can see right now there is a Gal trying to do both at the same time, and Shad is aware of the position. The Booyah Bomb from the K-Pro gets one, but doesn't break the armor off the 52 on the right side, which is an unfortunate, but it goes down to someone, and the last one jumps out. So that is another opportunity for Inkvaders to start their push and at least break the first checkpoint. That's what I'm seeing right now.
That's true. But to be fair, if Broken Controller Gaming does not let them get that next checkpoint, it could be disastrous for Inkvaders here. As it's a checkpoint game essentially. Broken Controller Gaming could just push in and score even more points, while Inkvaders has to get through that first checkpoint, even think of getting past their lead. But it looks like they're going to be getting checkpoint, breaking Broken Controller Gaming's lead. Wait, no, is this? Are we gonna see a run back? No. Oh my! They just save it. They just saved their lead, and
nice.
It looks like they're gonna be bringing them back. Oh yes, I see. I understand what you're saying. Oh.
I'd just like to say that there was a little bit of run coordination in terms of special that Inkvaders could have done. They used Inkjet while the Junior wasn't focusing Splendid on armor, it was focusing on riding tower. So it was like a little bit of a double-edged sword. But if they had armor and Inkjet, that could have been much better of a push.
True. It looks like Jazz trying to take some stuff. And it looks like Broken Controller Gaming is going to be extending their lead here, but by how much? Who knows? Bringing it to 62, it seems, but they could be bringing it further. 56, 54, 53, 52, 50. Shad stopping that push with a well-placed shot. But it looks like Broken Controller Gaming is going to be throwing out, taking a pick, taking 2 picks. This could be a snowball.
This is a snowball. Only the K-Pro is alive. The K-Pro cannot pay for themselves and stop the tower. The 52 gets the pick. And it's just 1 people on tower, 3 on front. Charger trying to get the pick. Shad can take a good shot. The burst bomb. Oh, it takes a trade at least. Takes one and try to take the other. 2 people. Wait, what the? Did you see that on the bottom of the map? Did you see that?
I don't think I did, but what happened?
So the camera was changing from left and right, and it didn't update. So it sounded that it's just like it's got do you know that color, like it shows you splatted someone and the name and the color, but it was green and orange at the same time. I was like, I never saw that. But apart from that, that was indeed the snowball effect you did mention on side of game controller, destroying Inkvaders Alpha's defense, specifically the Tri-Slosher defending the tower from the position of the charger.
Yeah, what can I say? That was just insane games. Like, most of their games are back and forth, but Broken Controller Gaming here just was able to snowball into a ginormous push. Like, there's a lot of times that just a single pick decided the game. Multiple times during all of those games where a single pick could have decided the game. Because, like, if Pro Controller Gaming didn't knock out there, I believe one of them had last-ditch effort, right? So, if that had happened, it would be infinitely easier for Inkvaders to just push in with that last-ditch effort and then go and, like, just reverse KO. Because like, on a map like Mako Mart, you have to be able to snowball, otherwise you basically can't KO. You have to have, like, there would be 2 snowballs in a row you'd have to do.
What was the
lost
pick?
It there.
What was the pick for you that did the snowball effect? I think I have a theory about one of the picks. What would you say was yours?
Well, one of the picks that I was not referring to any of the snowball effects, but like if I were to give me a pick that decided that game 3, it would have to be, I believe there's a pick on the Charger, or no, a pick on the Charger and then the K Pro, and then the Booyah came out, and that's what was able to provide that snowball essentially. But the pick that decided the game, I feel that could have just if they got the pick, it could have snowballed in the other direction, most definitely, for Inkvaders. Was the pick at the very end when Pro Controller Game was on 4 and the K Pro got on the tower. If the K Pro had killed Vapor, who goes by Ryan LTP, that's Vapor. We could have definitely seen a reverse snowball, a reverse sweep, because they would have stopped that and have continued the game, and the Pro Controller Game would have been on the defensive for the rest of the game, or on the offensive, depending on how you see it. But I feel like that's where it sided it essentially.
Yeah, I completely agree. Because like the coordination of specials, Booyah Bomb was indeed very well done. The Booyah Bomb getting the pick, and then the 52 getting a pick somewhere else, managed to just turn into a 4v2 situation that that basically no one could stop the tower, and the K-Pro was left alone while 2 people were going to the enemy's base, and that enabled the splats that make the kind of delayed of a wipe, which was perfectly not used, but like they took the opportunity of the delay wipe to just push in more and get the extra points.
No, I definitely agree. But also some things I noticed as well was that specifically on the side of Pro Controller Gaming, like, you could see that Inkvaders kind of had almost a pretty static comp throughout their time. But like, what I noticed for Pro Controller Gaming is that they adapted to each mode. Like, Vapor specifically had a slosher for each mode. Like, there was one game he played midline, one game he played backline, one game he played player, and they were just very adaptable. They could adapt to their opponents and just, they took it, obviously, so they adapted well, I guess.
Do you want to call for the small break while we're waiting for the other teams to finish the round 2?
I mean, if you want to keep talking, I can too. To be fair.
We were discussing, because like I have to thank the chat for giving us the information. Most of the people actually did mention it was going to be a 6 rounds with playoffs 3. I appreciate it, and also the correction regarding who goes to Alpha, who goes to Beta, from Lostify, from Roland 284, and everyone that did also make the correction regarding the points for the disconnection. Thank you all for that on the chat. I'm reading through everything. Ginger Aoz, I'm assuming that's how you read your name. If maybe I'm sorry for saying that it's a 6-round Swiss tournament once. Best moment for, of course, I was preparing something to eat late before I even started. Nice. And yeah, that is my thanks to at least. We were discussing before we joined the VC about Star Wars, but I don't think many on the chat want to do that. What else can we talk?
I mean, I saw an interesting comment in chat that if BCG didn't win, that the captain would get assaulted for not winning.
Oh my god.
I thought that was pretty funny, honestly. And we can also see in some chat that people are just kind of like reminiscing on the game, thinking about what they could have done better, things that everyone else could have done better. It's just really like nice stuff, I guess, that you could just see and observe, and it's honestly pretty cool.
Oh, I actually have a topic that not many people may not have seen it. The new WarioWare game has a free demo to download on the eShop. So if you like that franchise, or if you're considering that franchise, you can download the demo and have some fun on your own. Because like not many people have Twitter, but by the case you don't have Twitter and you're watching this stream and you haven't seen the Nintendo Switch, I'm already telling you, you can download the demo for the game. Have you ever played a WarioWare game, Tyrant?
I don't think I've ever actually played a WarioWare game. I know of them, and I've seen some people play them, but I've never actually played a WarioWare game. But this might be the chance to go pick one up, especially for anyone new to the series. Because WarioWare is like kind of just like a thing of, you know, all this like mini games that you have to do if you're into that sort of thing. Free demo right there for you.
Technically speaking, most people did play a WarioWare game in a Smash game. Do you know what I'm talking about?
Yeah, no, that's true. That's very true. And if that's the case we're going off of, then yes, I played a WarioWare game.
Yeah. And one of the reasons I actually appreciate Sakurai's detail, I still remember when Steve was added into the game, so they have to add the mechanic of adding blocks to the map. Like they have to do that for every single map, and when I mean not every single map, I mean like the battlefield mode, you have the battlefield, the small battlefield, and the final destination. But people don't understand that. Imagine doing that on the 75-meter level.
Oh my. Okay.
So
yeah, so serious dedication to make Steve from Minecraft work. Just crazy stuff there.
Indeed. I don't think we're gonna have to be able to call a break, because I do have the word upstairs is saying that the teams are in the lobby. We're just waiting for them to finish the review. I think we're just missing on one person. We can talk a little bit about the next maps of the match. No, this stream is not sponsored by WarioEd. This is just like sharing more messages. Thank you, Tux067. But yeah, we're gonna be talking about the next maps. I have the maps with me about the wing, but I don't know what's they're gonna be. Do you have that information?
Well, this is round 2, I'm pretty sure. So, because last round was round 1, and I'm assuming we're doing round 2 now. So, specifically those maps would be Rainmaker and Anchovy, Clams on Humpback, and Zones on Wahoo World. Well, what do you think of those maps?
I'm a little bit salty because I've been playing like most of these maps on solo queue, and I've not been having a great time. Rainmaker Anchovy it's peculiar because you get the pop, you see the opportunity to push or not, you go to the fan or from the arcade, you try to get, if you go through the arcade, you're gonna play a little bit defensive because you don't want to get splattered from someone who's above you, and if you go through the fan, you're trying to rush to at least touch the pillow that is sitting underneath the enemy's region of the Clambutt's basket or the drop. So
that's how I mostly see Rainmaker Anchovy, and you're really feeling confident, and I mean that confident in a very bad way when you try stupid strategies. You can go for the long path on the left side, or I mean, if you're playing defensive is your left, if you're playing offensive is the right, where you go all the way through office, try to get that sneaky path. Which I kinda wish that was like more, like if no, I'm just gonna say that like it is something that not many people do, and it is kinda hard to pull off. But Anchovy Rainmaker, I feel is just like a neutral game when it comes like there is specific techniques you can improve, but most of the times it's just like depends on luck. Like you got a specific pip that destroys the enemy's defense, and you just manage to get a few points that gets you the lead. Just it's like one mistake makes a lot of penalty on you.
Yeah, I totally agree. Like on Anchovy, there's many times that if you just like, let's say the enemy team has just a tiny little screw up, a tiny little screw up, right? You could just get like 3 extra points, which might take the lead, and then if your team manages to get those picks, you just have the Rainmaker in a position to where you can just snowball it in KO potentially, or even get like big points and then defend for the rest of the game.
Yeah, but I think this one is the hardest one to defend, because if you're just going for defense, you have to make sure you don't make a mistake. You can make the reset, that's fair, but picking up the Rainmaker later on in the parts of the match is just like, it's not actually worth it. You're not painting with the Rainmaker, you don't get enough special, and you just basically become a slow weapon that can easily be taken down by some special.
Yeah, I mean, essentially you would become like dead weight, right? But either way, it looks like System of Splashdown here is gonna get first pop here, and we're just going to be seeing that. I believe that that's not going to be trying to pressure Fan. Neither team is taking first blood, but the first person who takes that Rainmaker is going to have to, essentially, either is going to have to push really far, or just gonna die. So, really, they're probably gonna want to try to get some picks before they push into this Rainmaker. Push in with this Rainmaker, I mean.
Nightmare trying to survive the flank from the Slosh Machine. It is indeed something dangerous, but then one thing they can do to just take opportunity of the situation, System of Splashdown can just push from both sides, because the Trevor can only watch one side. And with both teams, Baller comes in from the Nautilus, that is going to be defensive, but it just pushes away this Neo Splash, so it's just going to be a little bit of 3 points for Los Palomeros.
Is it Los Palomeros or Los Palomeros? I don't know, but
Los Palomeros.
I see. Okay, and it looks like they're gonna get some big points, bringing it to 48 right now, with only I believe Nightmare alive, but they're gonna be getting those jumps in. So we're gonna see if they can snowball this even further. Ooh, nice bomb from the Charger there. That's you're seeing some Stingray coming out too. That might be done with that push.
The Charger here is no, please take me out of here. I don't want anything. Splash, please jump out. Nice.
Jump. Yeah, go ahead. What you want to say?
No, it's just like one of the strategies you can do as a Splash, because Splash has the bomb rush. I would say that picking up the Rainmaker at least the first time as the Splash is not necessarily a great idea, because you can do the snowball effect so well on this map with the... Well, they got the lead. I'm gonna eat my words because of that, but the strategy that I want to say is that the Splash can save the bomb rush for when the Rainmaker gets splatted, and then they just use the bomb rush to pop the Rainmaker really fast and get the second push to be the longest one if they have to take the lead or something.
Yeah, that's definitely true. Oh boy. Oh, they don't look like they have enough range. Oh, that's quite unfortunate. But they're gonna be trying to do the funny strategy, it seems. You know the funny strategy where. Oh, what a pick there! What an actual pick there! And oh, looks like it's going to be. Oh, okay. All of System of a Splashdown just got taken down in an instant, and now they can just hold it.
That's the point of doing that push. The Rainmaker is usually the first one to do that, and the person on the defense is trying to get the pick from climbing the wall from that point, from the sponge, where we saw the pick from the slushing machine. But someone already passed that point, and that was the guarantee point of no return, where the Rainmaker couldn't do anything, and everyone was just together in one place, and they got all wiped, technically. That's the problem of that push.
It truly is. And it looks like Los Palomeros is going to be trying to push in, but is going to go down, unfortunately. So, with 1 minute remaining, I feel like System of Splashdown can just kind of play defensive here. Especially since that Splash Machine seems to be relatively skilled. Potentially trying to get a pick over the giant wall. That would be quite insane. Oh, but the pop takes him out!
Not paying attention to the pop. Always, it's gonna be the snowball effect. The Junior is the first one to respawn, using the Rainmaker to get a little bit of momentum. They go to 32, and it is going to be lead for Los Palomeros.
Yes. Oh, getting that sick kill. It looks like they're going to be trying to push in here. Getting another kill. Oh, but no Splashdown. Oh, it's a Splashdown. Oh boy.
Oh, they got the lead, that's okay. They got wiped, the Charger can just charge specials, the NZAP already respawned, the Octashot is in front no, the NZAP is in front of the Smartwatch machine. It's a 2v1 situation. They take one at least with the help of someone else, or second to a 2v2. Well, Los Palomeros had the advantage, just had to play defensive at this point.
Yeah, and like as you can see, there were some of them who were kind of just like, there's no way they're gonna be able to do it, right? So like, that's gonna be game though! That was a really back and forth game for, like, incredibly so.
Yeah, and also I noticed one thing, when we go for the Rainmaker camera, the one holding the Rainmaker was the Junior, so here's the problem with the Rainmaker itself. You have one less special in the game, and being the armor one, when you have to fight people with armor, becomes a problem.
Yes, quite indeed. So, yeah, I just noticed how many people are on System of a Splashdown, though. It's quite a bit. But either way, we're going to be seeing these next two people come into the game. But also, I just realized, since System of a Splashdown has so many people, they technically can just switch in anyone who they want to fit the situation. We could be seeing a reverse 2-1 here, since they have the people advantage, I think. But we'll have to see if time tells. But either way, Humpback Pump Track, Clam Blitz. That...
But all I heard was Booyah Bomb. Booyah Bomb what? Booyah Bomb map? Okay, got it. Booyah Bomb.
Yeah, I feel like that sloshing machine is gonna be absolutely dominant on this map. Would you agree?
No, I do agree. The slushing machine needs to be the one not holding the power most of the time, because it will try to be sneaky, trying to get underneath the scoring area from underneath the basket, or being the one going for the long flank from the right elbow to the enemy basket. I kind of agree on that scenario. The problem is going to be, can their team give support in terms of turf for them to do what they can do best, or will they also be shut down by the other teams that also they had both teams had a Nautilus, both teams had armor, one had a slushy machine, and no backline, one had the Charger. I actually forgot most of the comps, so I'm just gonna open the map and see now. But yeah, you have a point. Slushing machine is good as well as any other bucket.
Oh, they went try though. That's
They're
gonna
gonna try
be
hard?
really. That's gonna be really oppressive, honestly.
And with double armor comp coming from Los Palomeros, it's gonna be indeed very tricky.
Yeah, no, definitely. That's. Oh boy, that's quite going to be just a really good stuff. But as we're seeing, you know, they're both all trying to take the thing, and we could be seeing a Splashdown cancel here. They break the armor, they're not able to get the pick there. One goes down, both on it, two on each side, or one on each side, two in total. But oh boy, just action is going off over and over again. There's so much to cover for it. I don't think I can handle it.
Oh, just take a brief and just see what you see. You see someone feeding on the zipline, trying to jump for the splash. Two people get one indeed. That was very well coordinated. The bucket trying to survive. The Booyah Bomb gets popped, but unfortunately, it's so far not taking anyone with them. The Heavy is just respawning from the enemy team. Indeed, that is going to be interesting. But I am actually sad that Booyah Bomb didn't got shredded by the Hydra at the beginning, because they had on the shredder. It was so close of being broken.
It was incredibly close. Literally all that. Oh, they're gonna be getting that power climb in, but they don't really have much follow-up, it seems. But either way, what I kind of noticed was that Hydra didn't completely lock onto the Booyah Bomb in time. So that Booyah Bomb didn't have, like, they almost, like, had the Hydra had been locked on a second more, just like a second sooner, they would have gotten it. So. You know, it's kind of crazy.
Kind of crazy. I am just sensing in general that System of Splashdown has the control of the map most of the time, but they are not taking much advantage of that. They don't push over the enemy team as much as they could. They did score, fair, but they are not taking opportunity when they have full control of map so far. At least that's what I'm seeing the most. I might be mistaken for just a fluke.
Yeah, no, I definitely agree, honestly. It seems like System of Splashdown is a little bit timid when it comes to pushes, so we'll have to see how this turns out. So, Booyah Bomb coming out, taking down one person, nice, and it looks like they're going to be going out on Palm Rush as well. This could be their way of trying to get a push in. It looks like they are going to be breaking that basket, and it looks like they're going to be getting another. Could this be lead taken? And it is! Oh my.
The lead, Los Palmas take the lead with a doubling this difference in score. Their points is indeed something to be feared in order for the System of Splashdown and to retake zone. I think it's hard to say, but I would just say that the 52 gal from Los Palomeros is being the key factor to when System Splashdown is able to push, and Los Palomeros is also being a little bit cautious because while their gal is respawning, they are also being pretty well defensive. So like they switch from mid both defense to offense, but when they got spotted, they switched to all defense.
Yes. Oh, what a nice trade there. Oh, that oh, getting that kill. Oh, but dying to the bomb. This is quite insane. And they're gonna be getting more claims and bringing down that bringing down that penalty. Almost done with it completely, and it looks like they're just going to be trying to get a game-ending push here. They only need 3 clams to end the game right now, and that's it.
Go.
They have won this set, but they still have one more game to play.
But it feels I don't know how can I say about what can I actually say to give a feedback for System Splashdown, because like what would you like, do you have anything that would say, oh, because of this could actually have made a little bit difference or something like that? I'm trying to break down most of the match. I'm mostly just like very thinkative here. I don't have my thinking hat with me, so it does give me a little bit of trouble to come up with a solution. But do you have one?
Well, what I noticed from that match was that Los Palomeros kind of just had, I guess, they were very coordinated with each other. They had a lot of synergy, and they knew when to throw out their specials. Where System of Splashdown, like, was kind of apart, not really together. I mean, they were together. They did make some potential. They made some pushes, but they weren't like playing together. If you know what I mean, they were together, but they weren't. So I feel like that could be a product of that them just having so many players. But you know, I feel like if they want to improve, they might want to, like, I guess play together a little bit more, figure out how they work, how to play around each other, and all that jazz. And that could be what, you know, potentially gives them the edge over another team in another tournament.
Yep. And I do have to say that since now we're going to go for Wahoo zones, we can actually see a little bit better. Clemblitz is always harder to analyze. Zones is always easy. And since this is one of my favorite maps, also one of the only map in the entire game with a circular zone, and also it is in a fucking is in a amazing amusement park. Sorry. Is in an amazing amusement park. It is actually one of my favorite maps.
Yes, we are totally not. We totally do not have some, stuff to our heads to tell us that this is an amazing music park. No way. But either way,
Small producer.
either way, we're gonna be going into this match. Anyways, it looks like Los Palomeros is going to be taking first blood. You're taking second blood as well, and that's going to be first cap or second cap of the zone. I didn't realize that System of Splashdown took first zone, but this is going to be a pretty big push, it seems, considering System of Splashdown is really back into their base. And Splashdown coming out once again low, taking them down. Pushing into this base, trying to get more picks. Will they find them? I don't know. But taking that zone, giving penalty. Fern, what do you think?
The Slushy Machine had the right idea. Taking down the Neo Splash was crucial. Oreo is just trying to get the next pick. Unfortunately for the machine, they did miss the Splashdown and the 2 flakes over the charger, which could have made much of a difference in terms of like the presence of Los Palomeros. That was a little bit unfortunate with the rain, and now they just have control of the zone. With the Neo Splashdown, I will say that we're going to be seeing a little bit more of an aggression from System Splashdown, but since the Capo just respawned, that is going to take a while. They have 2 Booyah Bombs that are coming right in. If they coordinate that, they can actually take control of the zone.
True. And it looks like they do, and are able to coordinate the zone. Maybe they're playing together a little bit more, I think. But yeah, we're just going to be seeing them. The zone as that penalty ticks down further and further, but that zone is going to be contested by Los Palomeros, and we'll see if Los Palomeros' coordination can beat System of the Splashdowns right now. And they do, they take the zone from System of the Splashdown, so we'll just have to see how the rest of this game shakes out.
I am sensing the Slushy Machine seems to be playing more like a Kensa Luna 5K. What I mean by that is that it seems that it's not taking much of the opportunities to be aggressive, especially after that 2 Booyah Bombs that we just saw. The Booyah Bomb from the Heavy was an interesting choice. Unfortunately, that double respawn punisher, because they were using, and the Charger was also using, is gonna make that special, and the Snipe at the very end was very nice. But in general, that's the thing. I'm gonna save it for the party over here.
That's gonna be a 3-0 for Los Palomeros. Holy, what? That was crazy. I guess. I mean, again, we're all about giving tips for the teams that play. But like, if I were to give System of Splashdown any more advice, I feel like I would say, perhaps, like, don't push it. One, don't push it alone. Two, play with your teammates, and three, play around your teammates. Those are the three things I really noticed that System of Splashdown really kind of was kind of lacking in, I feel.
Yeah. First thing I noticed was the junior didn't pay attention to the flank. Like, this is a map that if you have a very fast comp that you're dealing with, it is expected that someone will flank from that. So because it's the beginning of the match, open your map and you see if there's someone painting underneath you. Secondly, after this, I think it was Orion, Orion. Yeah, that's right. Orion got the pick on the junior. Went for the heavy, but the thing is that the heavy didn't notice the push at the flank until until they were shooting at the heavy. So that time the call out from the junior for the heavy didn't happen, and the heavy was trying to get sneaky, trying to survive. That's understandable. That's not necessarily a bad or good choice because you're also trying to avoid other people. And then later, once Orion went down to the slushing machine went down, missed the flicks. It could have also gone from the left side of the zone and picked the E-leader from behind. So two mistakes. That's for palomeros because the slushing machine got picked. Picked on the Neo, but it didn't give the call out to anyone. So the E-leader didn't watch the right side where the Neo could have done the call out, and the slushing machine went from the part that is unlinkable, meaning slow movement and much more easier to fall back. And the E-leader went all the way to the left glass. That gave an opportunity for them to survive and get the pick later. And then later, but here's the thing, I'm just saying what I saw because it's what I saw. I could have also given more tips to other people from the team from both sides, but most of the things I saw was either the perspective from the Neo Splash, the E-leader, and the junior at the beginning, and Neo, Junior, Sloshing, and E-leader. Those are mostly all the ones I saw, except for the K-Pro and the Heavy doing the double Booyah Bomb, which was nice.
Oh yeah, definitely. Oh, go ahead.
No, that's it. That's all mine.
Yeah, oh, I understand. But I realized when I said there was the three things you need to work on, I didn't really give actionable feedback. So let me do that now. So first of all, playing more together. What you want to do there is, like, you want to be with your teammates, but like not with your team. It's essentially like you want to be close, but not so close that if someone kills you, they kill both of you, right? You want to be in enough range where you can support your teammate, and like if you're support, like paint their feet, or if you're two slayers, you both kill together and all that stuff. You lock down an area together. You always want to try and be together because this is a team game, right? And the enemy team, if they're playing together, 2 versus 1 person, unless you're absolutely cracked, is mostly going to end in a failure. The other thing, coordination. Like, specifically when you're in VC, you want to make sure that you call out when you have your specials ready, say how close you are to special, so the rest of your team knows how close you are to special. Say when you're popping it so the rest of your team can go. And also you want to be able to recognize that you have to do a special at a certain time to have the most effect. That's something that you can work on. You can work on that better by just playing the game more and just watching VODs and seeing, hey, listen, we could have done this better at this time. Let's do that for next time, right? And then like playing together, right? It basically goes with the same thing I said before about supporting your teammates, but as a team, you want to be coordinated in a way where you can essentially be in every area, be in a range to where you can go and support your teammates at all times. So that's kind of harder to do with like a lot of players, but if you put in the work and you do a lot of scrims, all that stuff, swap out your players, have your players know how each other play all the time, and just be able to work around each other instead of working against each other, that is something that you should look into, work on. And the other ways you can do that is Like just even by like maybe playing salmon run or doing some team building exercises. Like salmon run, you have to work together to do stuff and get like eggs, right? That could be used as a pretty good team thing to build trust between each other. You also need to trust your teammates. That's something I struggle with personally, but.
True. We're getting word from the top saying that we should take a quick break. We will come back for the third set of day 1 low wing, so don't go anywhere, stay tuned.
jumping in from Illuminati. Soup taking care of one. They're not completely out of the hen house, though. Lyman goes down, and I believe the bamboo. Oh, the bamboo slipped everybody! It gets to 5 remaining! What a play! The last weasel left in the hen house!
A jump in from Current Faye, but they are called out, and that's a complete wipe, so the winner of this set is going to be Inkluminatis.
Wow. Are you not entertained? I think counter picks was a good idea. This has been a fun lowing so far. You know, deep hole into that deficit, but they might have sacrificed a little too much here. Now Frank has got the baller in a clip. Oh, they popped the baller! And that allows another player to jump in. This isn't going to be game, but it's going to be 3 remaining. A bit of a blunder there, popping the baller with the power clan. Frank says thank you, and Tri-Shaft up top does get...
preventing the Sirius from respawning, but they're working through their penalty points. They're into single-digit penalty points right now, and Sirius isn't in a good position to cap the zone, but Mars, out of nowhere, the NZAP going to find its way into the zone. Sirius has recapped the zone, and game over. Not in a good enough position to recontest. They don't have specials, and that's going to be it.
Welcome back, everyone. This is the 3rd round of first day low ink, and we are ready to start with Mr. Boss Tyrant. Can you tell me the name of these 2 teams?
Yes, I believe that's TNGP and Tidal Abyss. I'm excited to see, I've never seen these teams before, so I'm excited to see what exactly they put out, so...
What do you think TNGP stands for? I'm saying GP is for Grand Prix, and TN would be for training, no, technical new Grand Prix. Yes. I mean, there is a weapon on the logo, that's actually cute.
Yeah, no, definitely.
Do you know anything about these people?
No, I don't, actually, so...
So we're in for a surprise. I'm actually gonna check the chat because they always have some sort of information. They absolutely, not this time, gonna have any information. But I will do say, let's see. Apparently TNGP is a favorable one with 5 people betting on them. I'm gonna do a bet myself too. Let's go.
I see. Well, we'll see how that shakes up.
And we are gonna go starting with Starfish main stage. COVID hasn't reached the Inkling world, so they can still go to concert. And but of course, using mask is your choice as well. And we're gonna go with TC.
Yeah,
Ray spamming jet.
Okay, so we're gonna be seeing a blaster. We don't see those around usually. 2 blasters actually on either side. That's crazy. Anyways, looks like they're going to be pressuring each other to see who can get the first blood and the first pick on this.
And the first raid.
Yeah, the first raid.
You gotta love those rays spamming jets. I still wanna see who can actually break 12 rays on one side with the carbon trying to get the pick on the tower but not being able to succeed. And the first raid from Tidal Abyss trying to get the NGP off tower.
Yeah, no, definitely. And it looks like we're going to be seeing Tidal Abyss that's going to be on tower here, trying to push in. Luna versus Blaster. Who's going to see it? Who's gonna win? Who knows? But either way, they have taken the lead. It looks like they're going to be trying to go to that first pick point, even though the jet goes down, but someone else is still alive. So that's kind of crazy.
Oh, the bomb was very well predicted from the Luna Blaster. Let's go!
Yes. So yeah, we're just going to be seeing the Ray coming out, pressuring their opponents, as TNGP is going to be trying to make this push, getting past their lead, all that stuff, good stuff, good stuff. Trading, nice.
TNGP breaking the checkpoint, very well done. trying to get the Stingray to at least stop the push of the tower on the first. They do not have armor from the Enzap, which has just finished using the burst bombs and the bombs being thrown just to get the pick on the Jet Scratcher there. Jet Scratcher can do nothing to stop that amount of pressure. Drops from the high ground, getting exposed to one person falls into the water, and one person gets flooded by the Inkjet. From the Inkjet, sorry.
Yes, and it looks like that Scorcher is going to be trying their best to do stuff. Jumping out, not risking the kill there. Oh boy, this could snowball into the end of the game here. It's 4-on-4, 2-on-4 right now. So we'll see if the person of Tidal Wave can come back. And it looks like they are. Look at that! Look at that!
Luna's the last one standing, gets picked by the Carmon, doesn't break the last checkpoint, and our friends from Tidal Abyss will have a little bit of struggle in order to not break the first one, the second one, and most likely the third one in order to win.
Yes, and it looks like TNGP is going to be fighting back. Both sides have one down as Tidal Abyss continues trying to make her assault. TNGP not letting Tidal Abyss have any leeway though.
Completely agree. The the matchup as we see right now is gonna be shifting a little bit. Tidal is trying to play a little bit defensive. TNG is trying to play defensive while the Carbon is trying their best to get the picks necessary in order to start the push. Taking 2 people down is indeed gonna enable the engagement for Tidal to start their own push and get some plays over TNGP, but it seems that overall it's not looking good for our friends on TNGP, since every time they try to push they get into a situation where they just meet the Luna or the Splash like that.
Yeah, that's true. That's true. TNGP just fighting Tidal Abyss like mad at people. Just, oh boy. Pushing into their base, taking out that freaking Inkjet!
Luna Blast is just having fun at the enemy spawn. Look at that.
Yes. They're definitely having fun. Honestly. Oh boy! Taking down everyone on the side of TNGP as they respawn. This could, 30 seconds left. We could see Tidal Abyss, come back with this. So I'm just gonna see how this turns. Blast are trying to push in here, seen by the Jet Squelcher or Zap. No Jet Squelcher yet. What a simple splashdown, but we'll see how this shakes up.
I would say that in general, it's just that the TNGP is playing very well defensively. Jack Scorcher,
I don't know what that was, but it looks. But you know what? Sometimes the game is in the hands of Mr. Nogami.
Mr. Nogami, our Lord and Savior of the game, the creator of all that we cherish the most. And with the this is the Luna almost breaking at 20. Damn, that was a scary Luna to fight. And I would say very impressive with just the well placement of bombs, usage of baller. Very well played.
Yes.
Congratulations to the Luna. But that's the thing I've been noticing for Tidal Abyss. It seems that they were not being much aware of the presence. Like the Carbon was doing the same thing as the Luna was, but their teammates, I had the feeling they were more prepared when engaging the Carbon than they were when engaging the Luna. Like you saw the interactions with Luna. The Luna had so much support, and they were being more aware of the presence of the Carbon than they were of the presence of the Luna. So I think that's why the Luna just outshined everything. There were specific flanks that made the game not go to a KO, where we saw the T-Tac going from above and getting specifically 2 picks, and just one person being left alone on the tower, which stopped from breaking the checkpoint. But then after that, starting the push never happened for Tidal Wave, and I think that was just like a little bit of lack of awareness. And the blaster on the last part where we saw the splashdown, it was just not engaging the proper paths of the camera and committing to something that not necessarily was gonna give likely results. A little bit, I feel a little bit salty saying, like, I do understand if you get salty about those comments. It's just that, like, I'm trying to pin out the points that you guys could improve. And with the Luna getting 19, something can be done for sure.
Yeah, no, definitely. So, yeah, we're gonna be going to this game soon. So let's kind of see how things shake up. If Tidal Abyss will be able to come back and start that push, we could very well see a 0 to 100 from Tidal Abyss, maybe.
Rainmaker, we do see that sploosh with two, not Object Shredder, but on the NZF and the Stingray. Jenna now with the Missile Jet Sculpture. No 99 on the MPU for the no 99 on the K-Pro. That's actually an interesting choice. I always wonder what it looked like to have a K-Pro set or just Splatter Pro set without the 3-4 DMPU, because I never played that weapon that much.
Yes, and it looks like that Jet's going to be trying to do stuff here. Wasting theirs. Oh boy. It looks like they wasted their Stingray, because now this push is going to be coming out. But Tidal Abyss taking down one, able to finally take down two, but there goes that baller. That hammer gets killed. Woo! That Luna taking a pick before they go though.
Gotta love those moments where you think you got the upper hand on a blaster, but no, they directed you somehow. Not blaming the lag, but it happens. If you ever engage a blaster up close, you know exactly what I'm talking about. That bomb doesn't get the pick, but it almost scares everyone from Tidal. Trying to get the push from the right side. TNGP is aware of the position. They're switching from left to right side. The Luna gets the pick once again, and now it's engaging to get the pick on the Booyah Bomb that is being thrown on the right side from the K-Pro.
Yes, it looks like that Luna going to be trying to get a pick, finds it, and they're going to be making another push, it seems. Trying to get even more points this time, maybe.
Gets the pick of the Rainmaker, doesn't get the Jet Scorcher just yet, but the Jet Scorcher takes the Rainmaker down, and it's gonna be even though the Blaster now has the opportunity to shine, engaging and Sploosh gets the trade. This is not looking good much for Tidal Wave right now. The TNGP has the control of the map most of the time, and is just getting more and more important picks in order to keep the Rainmaker over there. They don't need to pick it up just yet. They can just stall a little bit, get another pick, and then engage again and again and again.
That is true, that's true. And it looks like Tidal Abyss is able to take them out, but for how long? That's the question. Will they be able to capitalize on this? Who knows? Either way, they're kind of at a stalemate right now as the Ray comes out trying to kill it, but they reset the Rainmaker. That's a pretty good play, honestly, bringing it right back to a neutral position to where they can come back from, taking down some people of TNGP, that Jet Squelcher. So this is going to be an exciting game, it seems.
Ray popping out from the 52 Blaster, trying to get the pick on the Rainmaker. Almost doesn't get the pick, but the splash damage does help the Sploosh 7 to get the pick, and they pop the Rainmaker one more time.
Yes, and TNGP is going to be signaling the Rainmaker to come over that way. Looks like this could be a... Oh! But Tidal Abyss able to sneak by and take them down. That is... They're going to be getting jumps. This could be the opportunity that they need to get big points. But as they say that, they go down. This is getting quite tense right now, honestly. That Luna going to fall as they fall into the rest of their team. And TNGP just relentless right now, Fern.
a lot of relentless. The Luna almost gets the pick, but I think the splash damage didn't go to the right player. So on Fishy's head, the how can I say, the math for like who would be splatted first didn't go through. So in the end, there was a 3v1 situation over there, which surprisingly lasted that long because Luna managed to get 3 shots. And here comes Fishy once again, trying to get the picks, gets the Rainmaker, and it slows it down to 40 seconds for an opportunity for Tidal Wave to push.
Yes, that ball is going to be coming out, potentially swinging this in favor of canceling the splashdown. And it looks like 30 seconds left, unless there's a miracle made by Tidal Abyss. It looks like this game's going to be going to TNGP, but I could be eating my words. Who knows?
Another one for Fishy. Fishy going for the fishes. Fishing for the bait, getting the bait, getting the fish, getting the result, and they're taking the Rainmaker to defense, which they don't need to do, honestly. Because
I mean,
yeah,
they didn't need to, but they did anyways to secure that victory.
true, but don't take this as a person that plays this game a lot. If you have the opportunity, just don't touch the Rainmaker. If you know how overtime works on this game, you don't need to pick it up. And remember, you were mostly having so many splats from when they were trying to push. That Rainmaker going back, if the timer goes down or you somehow get splatted, it can easily it's basically you shot yourself in the foot.
Yeah.
Unless you're going for cheese and just like bragging rights, that's okay. But like, remember, if you're watching this, please don't. I don't want to endorse that type of thing because it can really you shot yourself in the foot most of the time.
True. Because what happens if you have the Rainmaker, right? And then the enemy team essentially comes over and kills you. It's overtime for them, and you're in your base, and they could easily take the Rainmaker back and potentially even win the game.
Yes, that's basically it. I mean, I understand why Rainmaker is considered like just a luck. In terms of like, it's a cheesable mode, just because of something like that. But now we're gonna go for a little bit more of a complex mode in Piranha Pit Clan Blitz.
I've said it once and I'll say it multiple times. Piranha Pit is a map that does not care about paint. It cares about kills because there's so many opportunities to just get the jump on your opponents, and that can swing the game in either direction. So the kill heavy map on a kill heavy mode, whoever can get the most kills is most likely going to win this. And from what I saw, Pat Luna can get kills extremely quickly and very powerfully as well. So, like, this could be a blowout, honestly, from what I'm seeing.
I'm actually surprised. You do have some opinion on Piranha Pit that I'm actually interesting to hear. Like a lot. If you do want to keep like talking about Piranha Pit, I actually do wanna hear more. What kind of knowledge can you share for us?
Ooh, yes, I've seen this many times in many times as a counter pick or something in play in like tournaments I've commentated, right? Specifically for 2v2s, right? So a lot of things that the 2v2s does kind of translate over to 4v4, but on a map mode like this, there's many opportunities like ramp. That's a kill heavy place. You try to travel through ramp and you could just get sniped immediately by a frontline who just drops on you and kills you. And then it's incredibly easy to lock out on this map too because there's a ramp that shoots you directly into enemy fire.
True. Maybe stream might help on these games. True. That can happen too. And we are seeing, wait, that's an interesting running set from the junior on Tidal Abyss. Also, I was saying Tidal Wave, my mistake. It's Tidal Abyss. Sorry for that. But yeah, trying to get the picks. The Luna's got one already. I think everyone got it already. Trying to get the fate of the map. Ray fars out. Indeed, the missiles are gonna pop out. Trying to get the Ray as well. I honestly think this is already gonna be a push for TNG if they jump to the Luna.
That Luna popping off as we've seen them do. That's gonna be 2 powers! 2 powers at the start of the game! This is outrageous! This is outrageous, bro. They're just gonna continue to bring that lead down. As I said, you see them getting locked out right now, right? That Luna is incredibly impressive.
I actually wanna recommend this Luna to Rafa. I wanna see what they have to say for their skills and what they can improve. Maybe Rafa found their match when in terms of Luna.
Yes. Oh, the Luna trying to push in with more clams, but unfortunately failing. And this is going to be Tidel Abyss's just mid right now. But as you can see, TNGP pushing in, trying to push in, do stuff right now. One goes down on either side, and TNGP currently protecting their basket. All they have to do is play defense for the rest of the game, but that may end up being harder than they think.
That's boring. Play offense.
True, if they play offense, they could take this game down with 2 powers and 7 clams.
The Luna has 8 splats, 9 splats in 2 minutes of match. Maybe the Luna can get her at 18 by the end of the day. But with the K shots and the Jet Sculpture, they can also give them even more and more support for the Luna. You see, the K shot has some smooshing movement as well. Like let's give them opportunity to shine, but also they have to keep in mind that if a teammate has 9 clams, you have to give them the power, the clan to make the power.
Yeah, they were schmoovin', but I guess not schmoovin' enough. But it looks like the title of this is going to be trying to push in here with that clam that they had. I'm not sure that's a good idea, because I'm not sure if they have enough follow-up yet. But they look like they're going to be trying to push in all the same. As 2 go down on the side, 3 go down on the side of Tidal Abyss, taking one with them. That's a delayed wipe right there.
What he did, but Tidal Abyss is not being able to take the opportunity. With Gina on the Jet Scorcher on the conveyor belt, trying to paint as much as they can. But the thing is that Gina is far away from the basket. That gave opportunity for TNG to just push even further and further, especially getting even more points. It's just 15 on the penalty and 18. That is easily done with just a few clams. But I think it's gonna be 15 penalty if I'm not mistaken. It was just like, no, there's gonna be
13 penalty. They're about where they were, but I like 2 power certainly lowered the penalty a lot more. Just double by the shot here. It looks like one more claim is gonna get them a power. Rebound's gonna be coming out. These 2 players are going to be trying to... But there's a... Is there a jump? I thought I saw a jump. No, there's not. But either way, they're going to be trying to push in here. Falling. And that power is going to be picked up with a pity clam. Let's see if they can make use of it, Fern.
With Gina having the power clamp, it's going for the long... That's not gonna work, Gina, no! You are the long range, you use Ray, and you throw the power clamp to someone else to push. You don't be the one doing the rail. Gina, please! I'm actually feeling sad now for Tidal Abyss, because like they are trying their best, but not just making the wrong choices, and now with the defense with 33 seconds, it's gonna be very hard. Here comes the Inkvaders will get at least 1 pick. Gina now playing on, most likely gonna use the Stingray soon with 3 specials and 20 seconds remaining. They definitely don't have enough to break the lead just yet, but they can at least break the score and at least get some points on the map.
They're gonna be coming out from the side of TNGP, trying to make sure that no one gets through. Like the gatekeeper from Fire Emblem 3 Houses, they got nothing to report.
And Stella securing that with the last Stingray and the teamwork of their teammates will secure the game, and that is gonna be 3-0 for TNGP. GG's, and unfortunately the one that didn't break 20, it got 18 or 17. 18.
There's 2 more kills that have spent 20, but at that point it's kind of just overkill, you know? They already were winning. Either way, what an insane match. As is tradition now. Fern, what do you think what advice should we give to Tidel Abyss for further games? Or even to TNGP? What do you think?
I'll let you do it first because you have more opinions on Therapy than I have.
Okay, so specifically, what I kind of noticed was Tidal Abyss throughout all of those games. Tidal Abyss didn't really capitalize on opportunities they had. They tried to, but they were too slow about it. Now, if they just coordinate a little bit better, right, as with the actual feedback I gave last round, but if they coordinate just a tiny bit better and push in together and do it quicker, they could have easily taken a few of those games. They didn't capitalize on stuff enough. And specifically, when they did try to do that, they sometimes just, what's the word? They rushed in too quickly. Like I believe Jenna last time, or Gina, I don't remember how you pronounce that, but they went in with the power by themselves, even when they didn't have enough plans to really make a solid push. And I also quite noticed that as well. Like, the problem is they don't know when exactly to push, and then when they start learning how to push, and when they do push, they're too quick about it, and they're too hasty, and they get picked off one by one.
I will leave the comment as it is because also there's a thing we have to wrap it up and change post. So we're gonna go into a quick break, and please welcome the next group of commentators. As soon as I find them. Oh, I'm looking on the wrong chat. I'm sorry. We are gonna be being replaced by Crouch and Quark. Please give them a welcome round of applause. In the meantime, Miss Fern and Miss Boss Tyrant are gonna be stepping out. But yeah, me and Tyrant are gonna be stepping out for today. I hope you guys keep tuned on Low E, and don't go anywhere. We still have lots of fun. Tyrant, do you have any last words?
I mean, not really. I'm just happy to have done this and be here, and I'm excited to see you all next time, I guess.
Okay, with that, this is gonna be a wrap up. Thank you so much for having us here. We'll see you on the next time, and welcome the new host. Bye.
Goodbye.
one more player going down for free on the side of Sirius as Da Vinci does get... Oh, we got a double wipe! A double knockout, and the tower's just going to reset. Okay, the sparks kind of flew very quickly there.
I don't know if I've ever seen that. Immediately, you know, a complete wipe on both. Has no penalty right now. They are pounding down the points right now. Once again, that charger is up on that spinner, just adding so much pressure and just looking for anyone that they can snipe down.
You know, that's where you kind of need to be when you have that kind of a lead that they do. Hitting a nice shot on zone, getting a nice double, hello! And can they get zone? Oh, just
preventing Sirius from respawning, but they're working through their penalty points. They're into single-digit penalty points right now, and Sirius isn't in a good position to cap the zone, but Mars, out of nowhere, the N-Zap going to find its way into the zone. Sirius has recapped the zone, and game over. Not in a good enough position to recontest. They don't have specials, and that's going to be it.
The Hero Fan Club kind of has these two half armors here. Tri-Slosher isn't very often well known to pop out armors like a junior or an N-Zap, but they're really... Oh, everyone's coming out of this office. This Tri-Slosher is having the best day of their life. Easy kills, right? But...
Hello everybody and welcome back to Low Ink. We are here with the fourth round of the Swish stage. I am Cater and I'm joined here today by Quark.
Yes, and hello, I'm Quark, as Cater just said. We are going to be seeing Up the Ante versus Nightshade X, which means we have a lot of staff members playing.
We've got Grace here, we got Lumina here.
We got Grace, we got Lumina. So we'll be seeing a junior out of Up the Ante, and we're going to be on
Did somebody say junior?
Someone did say junior. Anyway,
no
we're going to be starting on spot zones on Mako Mart. Any thoughts about the map?
Yes, we are starting here, and I've said this a lot of times before. I really like Mako as a map in general. It's just, I find it so well balanced. I mean, through all of the weapons that I played, I've always had fun on this map. Of course, I mean, we've all seen how sloshers can do on this map with the stacks and all the little ramps, but there's plenty of purchase for anchors. There's a really big zone that specials can be thrown onto, and just because this map is relatively small and the zones are pretty close to spawn, you see a lot of fast fights and lockouts happening.
And we've also got the dreaded carbon roller running around here.
Ooh, yeah, that should be interesting.
And this is also a good map for Aerospray MG, because for any curling rush weapon, Sim goes for like 10, or if there's, I think it goes to like 2 weapons with curling.
Oh, that's it. Yeah, that's it.
Unfortunately, Nintendo should have goes more, but the curling rush is really good here because it just sort of blankets the zone and a lot of the area around it. So I wouldn't be surprised to see that. Tent as well in general is a good choice here. We will see a junior, I'm almost certain. Other than that, I can't say, but there will be a junior.
You just want to see a curling bomb rush. You just want to see an Aerospray.
Either way, and we will not see a June. Oh, we will see a junior, but not from the person I was expecting. With Grace playing Tri-Slosher, and we've got a pretty
armor.
we've got a double Slosher comp actually coming out of Up the Ante, with both a Slosher and a Tri-Slosher. And that's 2 down already on Nightshade X.
Yeah, very fast, good opening for Up the Ante here, as we've got all of their members still up and on the zone and charging up those specials as well. They've got that bomb rush at the ready to catch the members of Nightshade X when they come back, and that's been popped. The armor's at the ready as well. They have double armor too, both with the 96 and that try, so that's going to help them a lot. Already down to 55 in this first 40 seconds. As the members of Nightshade X coming back, not able to get the zone at first, but now they flipped it, and it's a lot of members down right now with 3 down. That's a delayed wipe there on Up the Ante, and there were 2 down on Nightshade X, but they've respawned now, so it's likely that we're going to be seeing a lot of small fights break out as the members of Up the Ante come back.
Yes, I'd like to note that the member of Nightshade X on the Soda Slosher is named Sloshy. Nice name matching. We see the bomb rush coming out for Nightshade X, or for Up the Ante. Up the Ante is actually running double armor with their first armor coming out of that 96 gal, which allows them to get a first initial cap. And then they've got another armor coming out to try. Actually, look at their comp. It's really interesting how high damage we're seeing, because we've got the try, the 96, and the Slosher. So if anyone gets hit, one more shot will probably kill them, which is going to make it a lot. This is probably what contributed to that early wipe we saw at the beginning. And of course, double burst bombs are going to make that chip really, really bad. And we've got a fight breaking out of mid with one going down and another going down as another respawn on Up the Ante. The one member of Nightshade X goes down. Nightshade X retains control of the zone, and as they get another member of Up the Ante down, looks like they will be continuing to control the zone and maybe able to push toward a lead.
Yeah, they've only got single digits for that penalty left, and now it is completely gone. The members of the Ante are in action, though, only a few points left. We've got Grace here on the try, going for a flank. They do lose the lead, but Grace gets a nice double, and that's 3 down there. A triple out of Grace on that Tri-Slosher. Really, really nice flank there as Up the Ante regains control of that zone, and they caught Nightshade X before they could do too much damage. Grace popping that armor, missing that jump at first, but they're likely going to be able to just get right back in there and continue to get
double.
Yeah, finally gets taken out. Yeah, very, very nice, and lead for them as well. We've got the middles and the armor already on the side of Nightshade X, both of those getting popped to let them come back, and meanwhile Up the Ante's down underneath 30. You see all of these special getting popped lets Nightshade X take the zone to a neutral state and get control of it, but that doesn't mean Up the Ante is out of the game, as they already have that armor. Despite that Slosher being down, they are still very capable of going into zone. The zone is not, unfortunately, neutralized just, well, it is now neutral, but it's not taken for Up the Ante just yet, as that Splash is the only one left on the field, and now they're down. Up the Ante's got to come back, slow down a little bit possibly, and regroup.
Yeah, they did a really good job there. We saw how strong Tri-Slosher is map, because the slopes and the shape of the map and the size of the lanes read themselves really well, and Nightshade X is looking to take the lead back here, and they might just, looking at how many points, and then that critical pick of the Tri-Slosher, but 2 go down on Nightshade X, but it's still not going to be enough for Up the Ante to get the zone back in time before Nightshade X takes the lead, and the Mini getting a nice pick, shooting through that window right there, and however, Up the Ante does get the zone back, and it's going to be a 2-2 situation with one respawning on Up the Ante, and a bomb going right for toes, but it doesn't get them. They're on their toes, apparently, and it's not going to die. We see a jump coming in. That pun was way too forced, but anyway.
I mean, you see the opportunity you take it.
There will be many more puns on this stream for the next hour or 2. And
I would be surprised
missiles coming out for Up the Ante. Of course, yeah, my puns are my thing. We've got missiles coming out for Up the Ante, and just or rather for Nightshade X, and a nice pick out from that Slosher. And the Slosher blows up. And it's looking really close to lead. Quick flip, but that Sprinkler is doing as much as they can to hold this up. And Grace gets 1, gets 2! And they're gonna get the zone. And they get the cab! Grace clutching up. They got 14 KO overall as well, doing an amazing job. And that looks like to be the KO as well, if Nightshade X doesn't move now. And that's the KO.
Goodness.
Grace clutching at the end to, like, so single-handedly take the game back.
Yeah, absolutely crucial picks at the end, and even when they went down, they took a member of Nightshade X with them. Very nice back and forth game from both teams there, but it ends in victory for Up the Ante, and look at that ending off with 15k and 11 armors in total out of Grace and Lemon there. So, I mean, that double armor comp really did its job.
Actually, I'd like to note something tiny about Lemon's IGN. There's a pie symbol. Maybe they want lemon pie, and now I'm hungry because lemon meringue pie. Yeah, I just noticed that.
Huh.
Regardless, maybe you can buy a pie at The Reef, which we're going to be going to next with Tower Control.
I mean, it is a shopping center, right? So yeah, I would say you could probably get some sort of sweet lemony thing there. Like you said, that's where we are going. And I mean, you asked me for my thoughts on the previous one, so what are your thoughts on this map?
I don't think we'll see a terribly big comp change for Nightshade X. That was a really nice comp they had there. Maybe they'll add a little more range, but they might switch off the soda just because you might not need the bomb rush for capping. They might even consider switching to Vanilla Slasher because suction bombs are great at pressuring people off tower, and if they're running double missile with the mini, that could be very effective. But other than that, I think they'll leave their comp basically where it is. Same for Up the Ante, though they may switch to that Junior in case, depending on how they feel about double Slasher on a tower control map, just because sometimes it's a little hard to pressure tower with Slashers, at least I've noticed. And we do see the Junior and Lemon switching away from that 96 to a Blaster, which will help. And the Mini also switches to a Nautilus, which is a good pick here, and the Inkjet will help a lot for pushing and clearing plat. And also was the Kegel out last match? I don't remember.
I don't believe it was. I believe that was a 96 last time. And hey, you guessed the V-Slosher right as well. I mean, as a when I played V-Slosher, I really liked this map mode. Just being able to do sloshy things over the bridge and having those missiles was super nice. We've got Up the Ante going, taking the tower first, but it doesn't last too long. However, that is already 2 down on Nightshade X yet again. Lumina, though, taking out a member of Up the Ante and using those splash walls pretty nicely. However, Up the Ante's already at that first checkpoint, and the way this is looking, I mean, they're almost halfway through it, almost immediately. We've got Lemon here with the baller pick. Very nice job. Able to jump out unharmed as well. Really nice job from them. Towers reset back to mid, so that push won't go too much further yet. But Up the Ante's got a lot of control right now, and they're in a very nice position. Grace building up that armor, and the rest of the team following suit with their specials. Nightshade X has that Inkjet, though, but their K-Gal just got taken out. So it's likely going to be that Up the Ante hops in the tower yet again.
I'm really liking that Blaster pick here, because it's going to be a nice counter toward the mid lines of Nightshade X, because if they position wrong trying to pressure Up the Ante, they'll just get picked up by the Blaster. And we also see that instead of the Neo Splash, we have a Vanilla Splash, which, again, that Inkjet will be really helpful. So Nightshade X does it in terms of specials, does have a bit of advantage in specials that will actually help stop the tower. So defensively, they may be in a better situation, but they can't use those specials if they keep dying. So we do see that Booyah Bomb coming up for the K-Gal, trying to stall. Doesn't get any picks, and that's actually 2 down for Nightshade X with both of their frontliners going down. The Slosher waiting for a pick, trying to get that splash, but doesn't get anything. Is force bite by the Blaster like I was talking about, and is taken out by the Blaster. Painted around by that splash as well, which is a really good example of the coordination we're seeing from Up the Ante. Armor's coming out, their Slosher is down, and it is a 3v4 situation. The Blaster's going for even more. The Inkjet coming out as well, the Inkjet's taking down. The Blaster gets a nice direct, but isn't able to get any more. That splash wall inhibiting them. And they've got the baller, but it's looking like it's going to be shredded. So another member of Nightshade X does go down, Lemon jumps out again, and it's going to be a relatively neutral situation, though, with the members of the Ante backed up a little bit. Nightshade X to start trying to get their first push, and they do have 2 specials to work with. So they are in a good position. They've got the missiles coming out, and if they can get a pick, they can use that Inkjet. And they do get the pick. They do actually have their Inkjet player go down, so they only have 1 special stuff. They got the armor. Another member goes down, making a 3-2 situation in the field with Up the Ante pushing back up.
Yeah, they get to that first checkpoint, but not much farther. And in contrast, Up the Ante's completely got that first checkpoint down, which is going to make their next pushes so much easier for them. However, Nightshade X has those 2 specials online. The armor already popped. That K-Gal's got their Booyah at the ready. But Lemony here with the great Blaster gameplay and assist, getting that direct. But unfortunately, Up the Ante's gone 3 down, which means that Monkey here on the tower with the Zap can just sit pretty and watch as that checkpoint completely ticks down. And that's likely, yep, that is lead for Nightshade X. they're on a bit of a roll now, unfortunately going 2 down though, and with Grace and their teammates out here to take out more of them, those 2 members of Nightshade X are likely going to be backing up a little bit, or not. I mean, that Nautilus is still very much there, going down before they can pop their Inkjet, unfortunately, but the other members have respawned at this point. This, Splash here, looking for something with the Inkjet, not quite getting it, but still getting an assist as well. Getting camped though, unfortunately, so we're seeing a lot of back and forth kills as players just continually get taken out by members of the opposing team, and nobody's really on the tower right now.
TNT does get a tower back and is setting up a push. I like that earlier during the end of the last push when we saw that 1v1 between the Splash and the Gal, the really nice use of Miss by Splash to slow down the Gal and allow the Splash to take the net despite the Gal having a faster time to kill. And we see the missiles coming out for Nightshade X, trying to get something. The 3 members swarming that blast, taking out, and they're all just swinging the tower. DNT's the only one left, and they're taken out as well. DNT does not manage to get the counter push they needed, though that first checkpoint rather, is gone. So they do not need to get very far, they just need a good wipe, and they probably can get it if they have specials. But that's not going to happen with Nightshade X pushed way up, though a member of Nightshade X does go down, so depending on how the next few fights turn out, that will decide who is able to get the push. But Nightshade X is continuing to push. They are the ones with the specials though, even if they do lose members. And another member of the Ante goes down, as all the members now of Nightshade X are alive, and up the Ante loses another member. It looks like they're a bit staggered even. The blast going down as well. They're gonna have to just go for the tower and pray, but that's not gonna be enough. Nightshade X is doing an incredibly coordinated job. The Nox is going for it. They trade out the Nox, but it's not going to be enough. The timer's still ticking down, and that's going to be game for Nightshade X, making the set 1-1.
Yep, and back to the nice 1-1 sets. I mean, again, just another nice back and forth game from both of these teams. Nightshade X being the one to come out on top this time instead. But, I mean, like you said, at the end there, the NT did really feel staggered. They had to just run for the tower, and they weren't able to really stick together and get what they needed to done. Unfortunate.
Yeah, and now we're going to be moving on to Blackbelly Rainmaker. So
let's go, Blackbelly Rainmaker.
Yeah, as a C-Jet main, my friend, how do you feel about this?
I love this map. I love popping Ray and people getting stuck and getting to burst bomb them. It's so much fun. But of course, I really hope we're gonna see those that Tri-Slosher come back from Grace again. We saw them pull off amazing things in that first match, and hopefully they can do the same, because I mean, we all know how tries are on Blackbelly Skate Park, right? It's basically their home turf. Of course, we did see sloshers, a lot of sloshers in that Mako game, and I'd really like to see them come back out again.
Yeah, I'd be interested to see if Up the Ante decides to stay with the Blaster or switch back to the Gal, because either way, if they do switch to that Tri-Slosher, I think they should, just because of the nature of the map. It will allow them to have, they may be low on lethal bombs, but they'll have so much damage from all the combined wave weapons with that 96 and 2 sloshers. And all the tight spaces of Blackbelly, it's going to be really dangerous for Nightshade X if they're not careful, because of just, you get hit once, and then the double, with the burst bombs as well, as long as their communication's okay, if anyone gets hit once, it's really easy to finish them off with another hit. Though they may opt for that Junior again instead of Tri-Slosher or to get more lethal bombs. As for Nightshade X, I don't expect many changes. They had a really strong comp last time, and I think if they won with it, they might want to stay with it. I don't know what either team has for backliners, so I don't know if we'll be seeing any Rays, or maybe someone will pull out like a 52 Deco or something, but we might not see any Rays on a Rainmaker Blackbelly.
Or perhaps a V machine. You know, hey, you have your air sprays, I can hope for a V machine, and I know it's probably not going to get pulled out.
Nice. But we like V machine. I'm with you on V machine. It's a pretty cool weapon.
It's a fun weapon. I've played it a lot. It's so much fun, but I doubt it we'll be seeing it this time around.
And we do see, actually, an interesting comp coming out of...
A Sploosh! We got changes out and about.
Yeah, we got a lot of more lethal bombs on both sides, which is good, and the pros got a lot of the bubbles to push up with, as well as that bomb rush, which will help both popping the Rainmaker shield in tight situations and putting an RD armor coming the Junior. And yeah, like, what are your thoughts on the Sploosh machine comp, though, that we're seeing come out of Nightshade X?
Honestly, I really hope that Machine's gonna be able to capitalize on all of that chip damage, like you said. K Machine's got a kit built for chip damage with, I mean, the main weapon itself, and this is gonna be a strong opening for Nightshade X, probably taking that momentum from that last game. Up the ante did go 2 down there, and Black Belly Rainmaker games are just so high scoring that we'll likely see them push far if they are given any sort of chance to do, which right now looks like they're going to get, as Toes goes down. Up the remaining members of Up the Ante doing everything they can. Splash being able to take out the Rainmaker with that Burst Bomb Rush, but we've still got lots of stuff going in here.
Was that a triple?
I
think that was a double
believe it
or
was a
triple in
double.
that
It was a double.
impossibly tight corner. That was amazing.
Yeah, I mean,
really
those
good play
are-
out of that zap, I believe.
I'm not sure who it was, but
I
it was
like
nice.
the sploosh pick because all the tight areas in this. One hammer can ruin your day.
I mean, yeah, that's the reason that Sploosh 7 is just played on Rainmaker so much. The hammer is extremely strong as well as the lethal bombs. The speed that the Sploosh brings is super nice, and you see them sharking right here. Hammer comes out! They're trying to do everything they can, but they get cancelled! Unfortunate. Yeah, that armor just really ruined, I mean, it ruined their day, and there we go. That K-Machine putting out all of that chip damage, looking for the indirect Slosher 1v1. Oh,
I know,
such
I'm
a-
impressed. Sorry, I'm impressed Toes clutched that. Just because of the splashdown they had, that the machine had.
Yeah, I mean, Slosher's maneuverability can be absolutely
Oh my
amazing.
God.
Grace here, pushing the Rainmaker all the way to a smooth 18. We are only 2 minutes in, and already this game just nicely scoring. Slosher here with that K-Machine, that Splashdown as well. The Hammer getting popped too. They're using a lot of special to get back into mid. Hammer goes down to a cancel, but is able to take somebody else, and it looks like this Rainmaker is going to be pushing that half-pipe way, which can be extremely dangerous. There's a member already taken down by that burst Splat Bomb, excuse me, and all of these missiles are going to force Monkey to push forward into those bombs. Things are not looking good for them, as they're pretty much on their own, and so they're just forced to push it as far as they can, which unfortunately with all of this on them is not very far out of mid, where we've got a half of the match left, and Up the Ante has that nice lead. But of course, we all know how Black Belly Rainmaker is, and this could still very well be anybody's game.
Yeah, because Black Belly Rainmaker, one wipe, and it could snowball so far. Though, right now we're seeing a definite lead in kills and assists by Up the Ante, but that double coming out of that Nautilus with include that fall off is gonna help
Spicy
open things
fall
up for. Yes, spicy fall off. Spicy? Is fall off spicy, or is it more like?
Fall off is absolutely spicy, and we're seeing a push out of Nightshade X all the way to 27 before they get taken out. That hammer's still there, but just not lasting long enough. That's a full
wait,
wipe.
my team's backwards. I thought
Yeah,
it was a full
wipe
wipe.
out of the ante.
I thought that was a full wipe up the ante, and I was about to be like,
yeah,
Nightshade X is gonna push. But
yeah,
no,
unfortunately.
the ante is going for yet another push. They've got bubbles ready, but no other specials to really get themselves the space they need. So they're gonna have to go for kills and destroying bombs until they have a clear path. And once they have that path, they can start to. But all of Nightshade X is clustered on the left side, and Up the Ante just has a clean path, right? They don't even have to do much because all of Nightshade X was in the wrong place. Now they finally rotated over to the right side, the proper side of the map. The Lemon's getting a nice double using those bubbles really well as a shield, and that's gonna open things wide open for
At the one Nightshade X, they're running for the pedestal. Lemon's forced to back up a little bit though with the fizzies coming out of that K-Machine, and there's just so much black damage they're not able to make it any closer to the pedestal. Lumina here on that Sploosh, getting a nice pick, not even looking at Toes as they take him out, and that shield is going to be popped by them. They've got that hammer at the ready. With all the bombs coming at them, they're gonna back a little bit up. And finally, like you said, Nightshade X is in the right position to defend now, so Up the Ante's going to leave that. But with only 30 seconds left, that barely gives Nightshade X any time. We are right now 18 to 27 with Up the Ante in the lead. Boone is pulling out that hammer, that armor. Not triple! This is exactly what Nightshade X is. They've got to grab it and run right now. Yes, it was amazing, and now we've got a full wipe on Up the Ante. They've respawned now, but this is the single chance that Nightshade X has. They're going as fast as they can, and there's a Nautilus there with the inkjet, but all of them, remember that Forge is down, and Tor's doing everything they can, but they just cannot land the shot, and we are seeing so many single-handed clutch game wins by players, although that wasn't really single-handed. I mean, that was a whole team effort, but...
We saw the two specials.
Oh my god,
The
Lumina.
one each at the Nautilus got.
was amazing, but the hammer blew it open for them, and without that inkjet, I think Up the Ante would have just been able to bomb spam and then drop on the Rainmaker. But once the inkjet came out, they were forced just far back enough that they couldn't put enough pressure on the Rainmaker, and the lead was barely slipped by. And also that I don't know how Toes end up there, but on maps like that, when you drop and there's an uninkable, you can't get back up. It's just.
I mean, yeah, you saw them trying to do everything they could with that slosher to reach over the ledge, but they couldn't. It was so unfortunate. And that hammer triple, I mean, that was amazing. Like, the fact that hammer can kill over corners like that.
The shoving the armored player into the corner like that, it was a really, really good play. And in the tight space made it happen, because in a wider space they would just get picked off. But Black Belly is Black Belly, and beautiful set by both teams, and I'm really looking forward to what we're gonna see next round.
Such a good ending. So yeah, such a good ending to such a good set right there, and we are going to go on to a break for a couple of minutes before we come back at you with round 5. So stay tuned, and we'll see you soon. Whoa, everybody, and welcome back to Whoa Inc. We are Wish to Swish round 5. We've got Unlimited Woomy United.
It's bad luck Trout.
And Tater, and I'm
we
joined
are
here today by
wooing.
Clark.
Yes, and we are wooing aggressively because we thought it'd be funny.
I mean,
so
they
we're
are
gonna start
called
off with-
Uwu.
yes, I'm sure if they are watching, I hope they appreciate this. But yeah, we're gonna be starting off on Clam Blitz on Inkbot Art Academy. Any thoughts?
Oh boy, Inkblot clams, you know? I don't like this, but I don't like Inkblot in general, so of course I don't like Inkblot.
Yeah, it's just a stalling map, it's pain, but anything
Stalling,
you
it's
think
wide
we'll see?
open. I mean, you gotta have control of that plat area. I want to see a Carbon come out. I don't know these teams that well. I think I've seen Unlimited Woomy United a couple of times, but not enough to remember them. I like seeing Carbon on Inkblot just because of all the ledges, but no guarantee it comes out.
I think bubble weapons, especially in clams on Inkblot, will be really helpful, especially if you want to push up steps. But bubbles, bomb rush, anything that can clear plat inkjet is going to be vital for all teams. I don't think we'll see much of Ray just because of the way Inkblot's shaped. It's very wide and easy to dodge.
As
I'm
a Ray player,
thinking,
completely understandable.
Given what we see this far, I'm expecting to see two kind of mid-frontline comps fight each other to death. Unless someone has a
that's
charger
fair.
or something.
I can
Inkblot's a bit
understand
cramped
that.
for backlines, depending on... Because you have a lot of wide open space, which makes a lot of backlines very powerful, but also makes very cramped. I mean, you could... An Explo would also be a really nice option here, because you either have the bubbles or the baller to roll in, and... Well, no Explo, but that's a nice comp coming out of Unlimited Woomy United. You got your Carbon Roller.
I do indeed have my Carbon. We've also got that double Splatling in the form of that Nautilus and the Mini, which is really nice. And then we've got those glue guys to top it all off, giving them armor and range and basically a very accurate 96. I mean, I love that comp. On the other hand, from Brad Luck Trout, we've got that Junior Ever Present. We've got the Neo Splash, which is gonna afford them a lot of area control. Probably gonna be super nice for pushes. And then you've got that Bamboo as well as the Pro 2, very high damage, longer range weapons. So we are seeing two midline, frontline comps fight to the death, and I'm very excited to see that.
Bamboo is going to be really useful in countering the double spotting though, because the spottings cannot take fights. They can take fights with the K-Pro and the Shardware Winch weapons probably win, but they cannot take a fight with Bamboo, especially if they step an enemy in for a second, because I'd assume they're running a 99.9 shot build, so that Bamboo's going to be really good in double spotting. I'm also really liking the fizzies that are going to be used for Unlimited Woomy United, because of how much you can pressure plat with the fizzy bombs and how much area control they can afford a team. And right now we're seeing one down, and we see the 2 assists coming out for that Bamboo, including on one of the Splatlings. The Inkjet's out, but then the Carbon's taking that's a full wipe on the side of Unlimited Woomy United. Bad Luck Trout is making their move. They've got Booyah Bob, they've got the Power Climb going in, they've got another Power Climb going in, getting all the way down to 60. They throw the Booyah Bomb out to get themselves a little more space to throw a few more climbs. They get down to below 50, down to 48. They're still going. They're keeping the pressure of the missiles. They've done a really good job staggering their specials and their clam throws to continue to keep...
Clam spawns! The clam spawn!
Oh yeah, that was
my
a
God.
really nice clam spawn. And
Yeah.
the special timing was exquisite. They had special staggered, and they kept fighting for a little bit until they had another special staggered. This is looking to be a quick KO, except the last member, there's only one member left of Bad Luck Trout, but still an amazing first push in the first 2 minutes of the game.
Amazing is an understatement. That was a textbook push from Bad Luck Trout. I mean, possibly sans the, KO at the end, but still, getting down to 6 is absolutely no small feat. Like you said, that special staggering, the clam staggering, the luck of that clam spawn. I mean, Inkblot's got a bunch of weird clam spawn places, including 2 on plat, so if you happen to be pushing and clam spawn under you, well, it's your lucky day, and that's exactly what happened, so that Bad Luck Trout could get that all the way down to 6, but with that power, we've got, both teams trying to make their moves. The power clams coming out on both sides. We've got that Pity sitting there. Bad Luck Trout apparently tried to go around, but unfortunately was taken out, so they're not going to get that just yet. The Nautilus has their Inkjet at the ready, but that's the only other special. With that Bamboo being taken out, the Splatlings can move forward. We got the Nautilus, but unfortunately not able to go around that ledge, getting taken out. Carbon's here chilling out. They're gonna have to save that power clam, drop a lot of the clouds if they got that bamboo on their tail. Man, really
That's a
nice
good
dodging.
dodging though, I like that dude. But they're not gonna get the other two clams in. And I really like that we saw earlier the Knot's fall off kill the bamboo, taking advantage of how the bamboo didn't have a good angle to shoot at them, but the Knot could just rain fall off down on them. Really nice move by that, but Unlimited Woomy United's gonna have to set up another push and then some. They've got the armor, but they don't really have mid control just yet. And they're still struggling to move up. With one member stuck a bit on that left flank, trying to push, launching missiles. So they do get a pick, and now they are going to have an opening. 2 down, going with all the longer range weapons left. They're going to engage, and the Mini is not in a great position. They need backup ASAP, and they get that backup, getting all the way down to 50. And the clock's still ticking down. The bomb rush has come out from that carbon roller, and they're going to need more clams. And it doesn't look like they're getting the lucky spawns that we saw from Bad Trout, unless Bad Trout knew they would spawn there, which is a possibility, because the clam spots are... There is a pattern to them, I believe. And there's a clam gonna spawn right there, but the Mini is gonna opt to paint instead of throwing that clam in. I don't know if they saw it. That's gonna cause the push to end a little too early for them. They still need, and now they're gonna need one more big push with 2 power clams and some change would get them the lead, but that's still a lot, and they're gonna need to be able to fight. And they've got 1 down, they've got 30 seconds. They can't lose any more fights right now, and
they can't, but they just went 3 down with the Glugas being the only one alive, and they're stuck in a corner right now. Not the best position for them to be in. Go down, and that's gonna be the barrier broken for Bad Luck Trout. They're throwing in so many clams that Booyah Bomb's going out yet again. They've got 10 clams under them in that clam right underneath the basket as well. Everybody's throwing clams, and that is going to be a KO for Bad Luck Trout in just 2 pushes.
Yeah, but that game was interesting because we saw high scoring push, we saw 2 pushes from each team, but Bad Luck Trout just got more off them. So, and Bad Luck Trout was incredible. That first push, like you said, it was textbook. They did exactly what they had to do. Though, looking at the KA and looking at just the way the 2 teams fought, it was very even, just Bad Luck Trout got a better opening push. Yeah. Otherwise, and they got a little lucky unless they had time to those club spots, which I think they follow a regular pattern. So that could have been done, most likely they just got lucky, and the clams were right there, so you're gonna throw them in the basket. And now, Splat Zones, Anchovy games. Thoughts?
Ooh, Ancho Zones. I mean, I like Ancho as a map as a whole, but Splat Zones might just be my least favorite mode on it. I've never really had good luck on this, I feel, but just... I mean, it's a very interesting one to commentate, though, with the plat, I believe it's called, for the anchors to perch on, and then just the way that that mid area can be changed from really open with those fans to a bit smaller when the fans are up.
And the really annoying flanks that can come in from the right side, and it's a pretty dynamic map and a lot of different ways to push into the zone, which makes it a bit difficult to defend, especially the only surefire way to hold a lockout is if you push all the way down into the opponent's court area near their spawn, so that way they can't use and keep them. And even then, they can use the propellers on their left to continue to push and take the right flank and back cap the zone. And we see Unlimited United is bringing out the interesting comps here with that Dynamo roller coming out. The Dynamo roller coming out. Yeah, the leaders. I really like the pick of Glugas here as well from Axiom on Unlimited United because the fizzies are going to be so for controlling. But yeah, the leader is going to be really bad news for that Dynamo, especially.
It's a respawn Punisher leader, too, which makes it all the worse for them. That Dynamo's really going to have to watch where they step. That is double armor for Uwu, though, so it won't be too bad if they're taken out, but still, I mean, we've seen powers of the Dynamo in a lot of other tournaments where it can just rain ink on the zone, as it is doing just now, and if that Dynamo gets taken out, it's going to be a huge loss of an asset for Uwu, but right now, it's just opening pushes for both teams. That's a full wipe on Bad Luck Trout, as the members of Uwu are so deep into their base right now. I mean, again, like you said, you see that Junior using the left propellers, just like you were talking about, which is why on Anchovy it's harder to maintain a lockout just because of all the ways you can get back into mid. But right now, Uwu's got a nice position going all the way down to the low 50s. That Junior has armor at the ready, looking to try and get something on the side there. They don't have any of their teammates near them, though, and meanwhile, that Dynamo is out of ink, and they are going to get taken out by the Dually Squelchers, but all 3 members of the remaining members of Unlimited Woomy United are still up there with that Carbon having their chicken rush as well.
Yeah, it's a really nice play by the Dualies, rolling right into the perfect position, but they peaked and looks like the Glugos took out when they peak. This is looking to be a quick KO for Unlimited United. I was expecting the E-Leader to be a much harder counter to the Dynamo, but it looks like the E-Leader was just the front lines of Bad Luck Trout crumbled to Unlimited United's ult, and after that the E-Leader, well, if they don't have anyone else between them and the enemy, they're not going to do much, and as you see, they don't even get any kills at all. And that was a really nice offense from Unlimited United, taking out the front lines immediately so that the E-Leader couldn't pose the threat it could have with a more solid front line by Bad Luck Trout.
Indeed, indeed. We are now back to 1-1 in this set here with nice KOs for both teams. So for our tiebreaker, we are going to Tower Control on Sturgeon Shipyard. The map with only 2 checkpoints, the map that can snowball really fast or be an agonizing 5 minutes, and overall, I mean, you can see pretty much anything here.
Yeah, it's quite a lot of nasty close range fights you're going to see in this map, and also a lot of interesting long range fights depending where everyone is. Because especially the great areas and all the different little perches and snipes a bit behind mid that can be used is going to make it very difficult for teams to push in a lot of different places for backlines to reposition. And frontliners, there's just a lot of places to run around, especially under that central ramp. It's going to make it a very chaotic map.
Oh, definitely. And, you know, those spinners constantly changing can get really interesting to watch. So we shall just have to see what these teams decide to bring out. We did see a couple of changes in the comps for both these sets, so I'm very excited to see what these teams have.
I don't think we'll see the E-Leader have texture again. They might switch to a V-Charger or potentially the Bamboo again, depending on how they feel about and where they want to position. I think Brush is probably going to stay on like Zapper Jr. The other two, I'm not quite sure what they'll run, but I believe Narco is just a mid-lane player in general. Either of the weapons they've brought out are good picks, and I don't know how to read the other member of BLT's name, but I think we'll see... They were the Carbon, I believe? No, they weren't the Carbon. I don't remember what they played. Oh, they must have been the Splashdown. And I think we'll see that Carbon out of Unlimited Woomy United, as well as those K-Glugas, which actually work interestingly well together because the Fizzies can give the Carbon so much space to move. And I think that's what Unlimited Woomy United should work on, and focus on, is just letting that Carbon run around this map.
Oh, I would absolutely love to see it. You know, comps with Carbon, sometimes you can just focus on that Carbon, just put everything into enabling them. I've seen weapons do that too. I think you can enable a Nautilus or something like that, and it just lets them run wild when you give them all of that power. We're seeing the Dynamo, that same comp come out from Uwu, and then we've got almost the same comp, but the switch over to Splatterscope from Texture. A nice pick. Of course, we've got, you know, the scope, the long range, but also you've got that Stingray here. So, of course, Stingray on tower is nice to play. So, hopefully Texture can get some nice snipes from the Dynamo and the other rollers. I'm excited to see what they have.
Yeah, and I really, like you were saying about enabling the Carbon, the Dynamo, the K-Gluas, Fizzies, and the Minis Paint will do an excellent job of enabling that Carbon. Though the Glugas go down, one down on both sides, with both dual lanes trading out, it looks like. And the K-Pro falls off the map. Ouch. That's gonna hurt.
Oh, it does indeed hurt, especially when it gets caught on screen. But after that, we've got Uwu hopping on the tower yet again. This Mini just chilling out right now. They've got that first checkpoint, and I mean, we've got that Ray here, so it's not going to be an easy first checkpoint from them, but with that armor to help mitigate the effects of the Ray, it won't be too terribly hard either. Members of Bad Luck Trout are coming back on for the defense, and that tower's almost reset back to mid. That Dynamo's also taken out, and with the armor on the side of Bad Luck Trout, they are nicely defended.
See, Texture moving to play very aggressively now. That their team has a foothold in mid, and they will be kept safe by their team this time. And a nice pick to Booyah Bomb, taking that Carbon, which would be a major hindrance to Bad Luck Trout, because when that Carbon's alive, they need to watch every single corner and make sure they really worry about paint control, but now that it's not, they just need to keep the other weapons back. And the Dynamo, which is putting a lot of the paint control, down, is scattered for a bit. So the really nice coordination we saw there between the Dynamo and the K-Glugas, and the Dynamo gets another pick from that earlier pick. The K-Glugas taking off someone already weakened by the Dynamo. The Dynamo's moved way up. They saw the Charger there, so it looks like they used the bomb throw to cancel their momentum in midair, I think, and avoid getting just an easy shot by the Charger. And that Carbon's pushing way up, trying to ledge camp the treasure. The Ray comes out, taking the Carbon going down. The other members of Unlimited Reunited force the tower. The Dynamo going down as well. It's only leaving 2 members of Reunited up, but they're still pushing. And Bad Luck Trout's gotta get some picks here. They got another pick, taking out that Carbon who jumped. And they finally got an opening, but I think that was the mini, yes, gets a multiple picks there. And the Keikos are still there. And the Dynamo gets another nice pick. Oh, that might have been the roller. And Unlimited Reunited just is not stopping, regardless of how much they die.
Yeah, that push is still going. They've gotten past that second checkpoint already, and now you see that roller getting spotted and taken out. Dynamo's dropping, getting taken out as well, and so this might just be the end of the push for them. With them going 3 down, that is likely going to be in the push that Mini is backing up to regroup with their teammates. A nice move from them. We have 2 minutes left in this game, and Bad Luck Trout has to get something done in this amount of time. They have the time though. They had those specials pop. The Booyah Bomb going to be very crucial in clearing the members of Unlimited Woomy United. As this caper.
I didn't know you could jump from there to there. That was really cool.
Well, I believe you can, and that caper just did that, so they're going to be just chilling out there, but they do get taken out. They are spotted, and meanwhile, that's 2 down for Bad Luck Trout as the rollers just dive in and say, nope, this is our tower now. that Keiklu is jumping up and down with the fizzies, and just like that, it's back to green.
Yeah, I think that the armor might have been a bit early for Bad Luck Trout. It might have been better once the K-Pro was in that position to pop the armor. Especially because when the K-Pro jumped there, they didn't have any ink to heal in. So without armor or a full amount of health, they could not get much done, and we saw that with them dying and the rest of the team crumbling instead of any kind of flank coming out. And after another trade coming out, which will be good for Unlimited United, because they don't need to worry about pushing and getting picks. They can just play somewhat defensively here. So they have another member going down. Bad Luck Trout does have the advantage, but in terms of members, but they just aren't getting anything. There's another member there is going down, but 2 down for Unlimited United, and the snipe comes out, and we see the Charger do what it does to Dynamos, which is render them no longer dynamoing.
Render them dead. But we've got 35 seconds left, and both teams are just fighting for some form of foothold in mid. We've got those that Booyah Bomb coming out from the K-Pro. Stingray at the ready for the splatter scope as well. The rollers. Dang, yeah, that was nice angling from that K-Pro, knowing just where to go so that the Carbon wouldn't ledge camp them. And that it was there, 2 down from Unlimited Woomy United. Bad Luck Trout. It is now or never for them. Nice picks from the K-Pro, taking out that Mini as well. And now we've got 5 seconds left. Overtime hopefully starting, but these picks coming in the double from the Carbon. All of that ink from the Dynamo just gonna stop that right in its track.
Yeah. Well, I think what happened there is you saw the Dynamo forced Bad Luck Trout into a bad position and opened a path for the Carbon, and then the Carbon just took it. Bad Luck Trout could have got pushed there, but they didn't. Yeah, they didn't. Yeah, they got more kills, but they just weren't able to turn it into anything at the end. I think their Ray player got picked off last second. They probably should have backed up instead of riding a tower, which would have allowed them to Ray, and they needed to kill that Dynamo. Because the Dynamo was the main source, the most problematic source of defense from Unlimited United, and it did die. So they didn't get splatted, so therefore it was allowed Bad Luck Trout to go down because of the Carbon just being enabled, as you've said before.
Indeed. And with that, our set ends 2-1. Great showing from both teams as always. We are going to be back in just a few minutes for our 6th and last round of Swiss. So do stay tuned, and we will see you soon. Yeah, they've only got single digits for that penalty left, and now it is completely gone. The members of the Ante are in action, though. Only a few points left. We've got Grace here on the try, going for a flank. They do lose the lead, but Grace gets a nice double, and that's 3 down there. A triple out of Grace on that try slosher. Really, really nice flank there. But with only 30 seconds left, that barely gives Nightshade X any time. We are right now 18 to 27 with Up the Ante in the lead. Boone is pulling out that hammer, that armor. Not triple! This is exactly what Nightshade X did want to grab it and run.
You do have the Booyah Bomb at the ready. Ink Armor and Booyah Bomb are both going to be popped. Meanwhile, on the side of Syntopia, they have missiles to work with. They are going to go ahead and pop missiles, but they're not going to be able to find that much. Ball are going to not take out one. They do manage to take the lead. Hero Fan Club steals game 2 right back, and they're on match point.
It's 10 seconds. Oh, it's 3 down.
What's only left is the slosher now.
The ball!
The ball killed him! They're gonna still keep going there!
Yes!
Oh my god!
Oh, fuck, it's the Booyah Bomb, though! The Booyah Bomb! To the
Hello and welcome back to Low Ink, August 2021. I also said December. I'm Cork and I'm joined here by Cater.
It's a Christmas miracle. We're in December.
It's
Yes.
Christmas in August.
That is me. I am Cater with a broken respiratory system, and we are going to be starting off on Rainmaker on Humpback Pump Track, which everybody knows, and I would say everybody loves, but I don't think that's the case.
Yeah, I mean, it's a pretty frustrating map sometimes, because there's basically only one way you can go, unless you really want to go the short way up the wall. You have to go the long way around right, and it's very annoying. It's another map like Black Belt we saw a couple sets ago, that it's either going to snowball like crazy, or it's going to be stuck in mid, or like at like 60 for like 3 minutes.
Yeah, either way, I hope to see a show from these two teams. We've got Enjoy versus Outcast Ninjas. And I do believe I've seen both of these teams around. Outcast Ninjas especially. I've commentated with Jorian a couple of times as well, and they make a nice commentator partner. So I'm excited to see what these two teams have to bring.
Yeah, I don't know anything about their comps. I would guess we'll see something reasonably meta, unless someone has some crazy thing, which I'd love to see if someone has. I mean, like, we saw Unlimited Woomy United's comp with a double roller last time. That was really nice. I'm hoping another team pulls out something. And now Kaden's gonna say something about me wishing for an arrow spray.
I mean, I was gonna say that on Splatoon on Albacore, actually, not here really, but I mean, I don't know. Are you still wishing for an arrow spray? You could still see it. You can see the PG here, possibly, maybe.
RG, just use ballers.
Oh my god! Isn't the RG
also,
like?
It looks like Outcast Ninjas' whose coach is in chat.
Oh yeah, I forgot about that.
Or me saying they just finished lecture thing then. We see the Sorella Umbrella coming out. You don't see that much very often. And actually, a really interesting comp out of Outcast Ninjas. Nothing longer ranged than an N-Zap with Dark Tetras, a Sploosh, an N-Zap, and a King Up. They're going for so much aggression, and it might pay off, but they don't have to worry too much about getting from behind. The Hammer coming out, that's great. Because they don't have to worry too much about range issues, because Enjoy is similarly short range, with the exception of that spell, but another pick coming up with the Hammer. Amazing work coming out of that Neo Splash, but and a double, that's gonna be really bad for Enjoy, with their last member getting thrown by that Rainmaker shot off their shield. So it looks like they do manage to sneak out that pick with that Warla and stop the push at 59. But Outcast Ninjas is gonna keep going. They're gonna pop that bomb, and the roller shark, or not the roller, the Brawler Shark in the corner is gonna get pressured back by that Hammer. That's gonna be the game.
That's a Rainmaker moment for ya. Man, that was fast. How long was that? Were you paying attention to the timer?
Less than a minute, I'm pretty sure. But anyway, exceptional Sploosh gameplay we saw there, and really nice showing by 8KA, out-fragging the entire enemy team combined. And really nice Brella gameplay, even though it doesn't look like they actually got any picks. I'm hoping they bring it out again, because one, I really like the weapon, and two, they did a good job staying alive there. But yeah, that was a destructively fast match. Really good aggression for Outcast Ninjas.
We've been seeing nice, we saw a really nice Sploosh gameplay in the last set too, so looks like Outcast Ninjas is carrying on that legacy, but with that very fast game. We're going to be heading on over to our next map mode combo, which is Clan Blitz on Snapper Canal. And yes, I am going to, again, complain about how I see this in every single tournament. Why is it always here? What makes this so popular? Why is this such a...
It's because it's an annoying map, so it's a good test of how coordinated teams are, because you have to be so coordinated to actually get anything. So
Okay,
I think that's really what we're going to see here. And we saw how well Outcast Ninjas was coordinated, and it's clear, from what I've heard at least, they've been practicing a lot. They've been, I mean, their coach is in chat. I think we'll see a really good showing out of them. And I think they might have a coordination advantage just looking how the two teams played. So, I'll be interested to see though. Especially because I think Outcast Ninjas might want to vary their comp a little. Because if you run all frontline on this, especially in clans, it's going to be very hard for them to defend, and also if the other team has a little more range, they will be in very bad position because all the slopes they have to push up with the late frontlines.
Oh yeah, I mean, the clam basket, the push up to that is quite literally very steeply an uphill battle. So like you said, that little range advantage just you just get so exaggerated by that slope, that height advantage as well, as that could put them at a real disadvantage. But at the same time, the points that you're making about teamwork and coordination are really valid. I mean, like you said, Stormy, I've seen him be really passionate about coaching Outcast Ninjas and having them be a better team. So just that is really, I mean, this is a team game. That's a huge strength to have. So I'm really excited to see plays from Outcast Ninjas, especially.
I don't. Sorry, go ahead. I didn't.
Just because especially clam games tend to run a little bit longer than Rainmaker, you know.
Yeah, I mean, I'm sure both teams are. From practice for a while, I don't know how long Enjoy's been around, but I can say we do see a bit more range coming out. We've got the Squeezer, yes, Squeezer by blow it. And Outcast Ninjas is saying range? Who needs range? We're just gonna charge. And,
well, we will see who needs range, I suppose.
But I think they're gonna be in a bit of a disadvantage because one, Squeezer's range is quite exceptional, even longer than that of K-Pro. So if the Squeezer can maintain the spacing, they'll be in a good position. But if we see a nice coordination, 2 members of Outcast Ninjas going to hunt on the Squeezer, and the frontliners of Enjoy taken out by the other members. So it looks like Outcast Ninjas might not have range because they're gonna make up for it in coordination and individual skill. And they're struggling. They took a second. They struggled to pass Clam there for a second. They do get the Clam pass up. They get the Booyah Bomb deployed, the wall out, and however, Outcast Ninjas, it looks like it took them a little too long to be able to make a power climb, and they're only going to push to 77, with 2 picks coming out of the Squeezer and the machine working together really well.
Yeah, unfortunate that they couldn't take that opportunity for more, and now Fate-tastic here on that junior has 9 clams, and their team in total has 17, so with all of these specials online, every single special online, they can get picks, and it is now their turn to shine. Unfortunately, that junior gets taken out 3 down again on the side of Enjoy. That just did not work out for them, and now Outcast Ninjas has their chance with that nice double. They're going to find clams, but they don't have any. I mean, I believe that's the Tetras there going out of their way to find some. It might take them a little while to come back, but they're... Go ahead.
Oh no, sorry, I didn't really have anything to say. I spoke.
Understandable, have a nice day. We've seen them get all the way down to 35 now, and 32. This push might end here just because they don't have any more clams left. They're still trying to get more in, not able to. That K-Gal getting taken out, but still, in only 2 minutes, that's quite a nice place to be recovering from that little initial fumble.
Yeah, 32 rather, is exceptional. And the coordination, they're making up another wipe. They're doing a really good job coordinating, and a really good job taking advantage of their aggression to just constantly keep pressure on Enjoy, so they don't need to worry about being outranged if they're always in Enjoy space and working together, because even though most weapons that have a range advantage will also have a disadvantage once the distance is closed. So now finally it looks like Enjoy is getting some actual map control. They've got actual, and they sacrificed another 25 points to Outcast Ninjas to regain this control, and they really need to get something off this now. Or otherwise the next push is probably going to be the last for them.
I mean, yeah, we've got 2 minutes and 20 seconds here right now. Outcast Ninjas is 3 down now with that machine getting that nice direct there. And we've got the power climb coming in. This is the first push for Enjoy. They've really got to make it count. They have no more clams left, though, and with their shot going down, their junior not in a great position, able to take another member out, getting some more clams in, but Winter here already on the lookout. Those bubbles coming out, but just a hair too late. And right now, it's just so much fighting going on, but that clam's not able to go in just fast enough. Just a little too slow, and the basket goes up.
Yeah, but like a note is that Enjoy has the lead on has the advantage of on KA if you look at the top board. But most of that KA has come from situations where Outcast Ninjas has just been focused on scoring clams and got an advantage that way. So Enjoy was able to take them out pretty easily. But Enjoy cannot keep sacrificing points on the board to Outcast Ninjas and able to actually take them out. We see the Tetris running around. The Tetris do a great job fulfilling that skirmisher role, distracting members of Enjoy, allowing another member of Outcast Ninjas to take them out. Outcast Ninjas getting another power climb in. That power climb was one more, and that's the game.
Man, 2 KOs in a row.
Yeah, just Outcast Ninjas playing amazingly, taking out 2 teams really well.
Well, Stormy
winning. And Stormy is screaming in chat, I'm not surprised. But yes.
Stormy has definitely been doing his job well, seeing just the sheer performance coming out of Outcast Ninjas there. Like you said though, KA is very high on Enjoy, so they have that going for them. It's just the fact that Outcast Ninjas, like you said, just did just so much aggression, just pure coordination and moving forward out of them. They play so quickly.
Yeah, they're moving incredibly rapidly, and also they're probably running a pretty substantial chunk of QR, so if they end up feeding, they're going to be back fast, and all the weapons are quite quickly moving and most of them probably have movement abilities on their gear as well, so they're going to be back real fast. What I think Enjoy has to do here is they need to slow Outcast Ninjas down, or let Outcast Ninjas keep going in fast, but they need to be able to win the 1v1s and the 2v1s with Outcast Ninjas, instead of just getting run over. Because Outcast Ninjas, if they move too fast, will just feed right into Enjoy. But Enjoy's been getting kind of isolated and struggling to take advantage of the near overextension of Outcast Ninjas.
Yeah, like you said, Outcast Ninjas... Oh, sorry?
And the range advantage as well. They need to be able to... Enjoy needs to exploit that range advantage and punish Outcast Ninjas, because Outcast Ninjas can't close in if they're getting bombarded from range.
Oh, definitely. Like you were saying, Outcast Ninjas is really towing that line between aggression and overextension right there. And if Enjoy just maintains that distance, backs up just a little bit, lets Outcast Ninjas come to them just a little bit more, but in their own turf and in an advantageous situation for them, rather than in those situations where Outcast Ninjas was already pushing, then Enjoy can pick them off and then take the turf for themselves. They either do that, or they need to match Outcast Ninjas with aggression of their own. It's really their choice on what they want to do, but they've got to switch something up.
Well, on this map, I'd say the former choice of letting Outcast Ninjas come in will be incredibly powerful, because it's Albacore zones, so it's going to be very good for longer range weapons. And Outcast Ninjas is actually switching onto a CDS, so they have some range, but there's just still be more range coming out of Enjoy with the Squeezer, the 96 cal, and the VDS, so they're going to be a bit low on lethal bombs, only having 2, but sprinklers and sensors will help a lot as well. Because as I was actually talking with another member of staff a while back about utility subs, like sensors and sprinklers, but sensors are so important, because if you censor an aggressive frontline player, they can't really push anymore until the sensor's off, because you'll just pick them off with your longer range weapons, like we could see here. And actually, this is the first time we're seeing Enjoy have a definite advantage, and they are getting a significant amount of points already on the board, getting picks on Outcast Ninjas, and Outcast Ninjas is just scattered, really. And really good job exploiting that by the side of Enjoy.
I mean, like you said, the lower range of Outcast Ninjas is going to struggle here. Yoku getting so many picks so quickly, just because this map is so long, it favors longer range weapons, as I'm sure you all in chat may have heard a lot of other commentators talk about before. Just the way the grades are built, how long this map is, it really favors that. And so Outcast Ninjas, their close range, up close and personal, aggressive fighting style just might not work as well here, especially with, like you said, the range advantage, the sheer range that Enjoy brings here. And like you said, they had just that amazing opening right now. Outcast Ninjas is getting their head back in the game, getting the zone back, but for a few moments there, we just saw how Enjoy can play when they get their feet under.
Yeah, that was a really good, and they do have a significant range advantage for the Squeezer being the longest weapon in the entire field. Range of intended fit, and also just the damage between the Squeezer and the 96 is going to matter a lot. Because Outcast Ninjas, if you get hit even once, that's going to stall them for a member. If a member of Outcast Ninjas gets hit even once by one of those weapons, they're going to get stalled for a bit because how much damage they take. And we see Enjoy getting the zone back after coming within 1 point of losing the lead. But now they're moving toward a lockout with Ink Armor coming out for the side of Outcast Ninjas and a member going down on the side of Enjoy. Their lockout's gonna break soon. But that's another member down for Outcast Ninjas, and the CDS for the side of, or another member down for Enjoy, and a CDS for the side of Outcast Ninjas pushing in. You have a 2-2 situations, but it looks like Enjoy got separated from the zone, but they're not going in for a flank, but I think the members of Outcast Ninjas are coming in back up accordingly. But during the chaos, we see Enjoy getting the zone path yet again and having a numbers advantage over Outcast Ninjas.
Enjoy is in a good spot right here. This game's been relatively back and forth though, with Outcast Ninjas getting that nice pick on the Squeezer. That's going to be really good for them because the Squeezer is the longest range. Because that VDS is matched by the CDS. And right now, Zone's just going so back and forth. It's neutralized right now, but Outcast Ninjas going with all of that paint control to be able to take it, and now they're pushing up just a little bit, forcing Enjoy back.
The one advantage Outcast Ninjas will have is paint control. They might not have range, but they'll have more paint, and they've got more painting specials as well. With Booyah Bomb, first Suction Bomb Rush, and Rain as opposed to the double missiles, the armor, and the bubbles going up. They'll have an advantage in paint, and that's starting to show, because it's looking like it's a bit tricky for Enjoy to be able to get it, but they got the bubbles, they're riding out the bubbles. The lead has shifted back in the favor of Outcast Ninjas. The bubbles are still there, but they don't actually get popped. It's a 2-2 situation, but Outcast Ninjas nearly has to KO. And now it's just going to come down to individual skill. That K-Gouge and the Jiggy are working really well together, and that's going to secure Outcast Ninjas the 3-0 over Enjoy.
I'm impressed by what we saw with Enjoy at the beginning of that match because, I mean, getting down 2-0 is just... morale is really hard to come back from that, so even though Outcast Ninjas has taken the set 3-0, I'm impressed by what Enjoy brought to that last game.
Yeah, I really think Enjoy had... They did a good job for a lot of that match. Eventually, I think the paint advantage, and they just sort of... They couldn't hold the positions they wanted to because they were just getting outskilled a little, and the coordination we saw out of Outcast Ninjas was quite good. And I believe, unless you have anything else, that's going to be it for us.
That is going to be it for us indeed. Cork, where can the wonderful people in the audience find you on the internet?
At Strange Corked on Twitter. I don't really say much. I retweet art if you want to look at art. Where can they find you?
They can find me at Cater_, where I talk about a lot of the other things I commentate. And you'll be seeing me at Riptide as well, so if any of y'all are planning to come, I'm going to be there. So, yeah. Thank you all again for coming out today to watch Low Ink Day 1. Do remember we have we stream Day 2 as well, so please come and watch our wonderful commentators on that day. Thank you to all our staff, everybody on the production end, our wonderful streamer Inkfair, and thank you to all the teams that have come to play as well.
Yes, and have a great evening, or whatever time it is, everyone.